and welcome to Hardly Heroes, the campaign with my two favorite players.
Oh, he finally admits it. Good. Very nice.
Okay.
Let's just get into it.
Yeah.
Unless you have something. I don't mind.
Well, I was going to say that I started watching Clarkson's Farm, which is just absolutely amazing.
Everyone loves that show. I've not watched it. Clarkson's a cunt. Fuck him.
He's probably a cunt, but you know, he makes good content.
Yeah. But watching him fail at farming over and over again, it's beautiful.
Good time.
Yeah.
I've been watching Severance.
Oh, mate. No, that is a show.
Good show. We're in... I've been talking to Pigeon about this. We're actually in like a TV renaissance for shows right now.
Yes.
There are just so many good shows all the time. I thought it was over after Game of Thrones, but no, it's kept going. I've started watching Severance and Succession.
Oh, mate, Succession. It's so good.
I couldn't.
That might be the best show, man. It's amazing. How far are you in Succession?
Season 1, like episode 8 or something around there.
It keeps going, you know. It's great.
Yeah.
I tried. I got two episodes in, and I hated everyone so much that I just couldn't. And I think that's the point, is that they're all fuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
I've learned over the years, though, Neil, you've got a very unique taste in televised media, I would say. Let's put it like that. Like, this shouldn't come as a surprise when you know that Neil's has a spreadsheet and has watched every Godzilla movie ever made. And knows, like, I mean, it should... That
Godzilla Date Night.fun, everyone.
That kind of paints you as a unique beast, let's say.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's fair.
I think that the only people I'm rooting for right now in Succession is Cousin Greg and then the uncle. Yeah. But I'm definitely rooting for the uncle. They just seem like the only maybe good people, except Cousin Greg's kind of like going a little bit down.
Wait, the uncle meaning...
Logan's brother.
Greg's grandfather.
Yeah, Greg's grandfather.
Yeah. Man, Greg. So what about you? Don't like Tom?
No, hate Tom.
Oh, no.
Fuck, man. It's
Tom.
such a good show of like, I just like hate all of these people, and it just feels so like, why would I ever be sad for this guy who like something bad happened to him? Right? This guy's a fucking multi-millionaire. He can go do whatever he wants in his life. I have zero empathy for him.
That is the whole tragedy of that show. It's like literally at any point, any single one of them could switch off and live a life of unimagined luxury until the day they die with not a worry in the world. And yet they still put themselves through it.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's kind of what's fascinating about it.
Very fun, interesting show. Different. And if you haven't seen Severance, that's the best show on television, I think. I'm starting to get a little wary. I think maybe it's not going to pan out.
Even season
but we'll see. Yeah, I'm fully caught up. PHL said something that I kind of agree with, of like, we don't know the mechanisms of how it works, so the show writers can do anything at any time, and that feels like it takes the stakes down a little bit, because
there's no
they
like
could just like
rules.
Yeah, they could like add a new button that like does XYZ. But I feel like that can happen with a lot of shows, so I don't know. I'm enjoying it.
No, I mean, it's also part of what is endearing about it in a way.
In a way,
it's completely unknown and you don't know what the rules are.
Yeah, they just got to do it right. That's the only thing that I'm worried about, is like the ending's going to be stupid. But we'll see. I'm excited.
All right.
Okay.
I'm on your stupid website, Neil.
Godzilla Date Night.fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still got to finish making the Godzilla Date Night.fun. We haven't built
quiz isn't working.
The quiz isn't working. I haven't built it yet. But
you have all the ratings here.
All the ratings except for the 3 that I haven't seen yet. Yeah.
So these are in order of best to worst?
No, this is in order of broadcast date. The colors are best to worst, although you're red, green, color blind.
And now I see you really liked Godzilla Raids Again and Destroy All Monsters and Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
And then you have terrible ones.
Yeah, those are so bad, man.
Those are bad ones.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the quiz isn't working, but if you need to watch Godzilla on a date night with your partner, Godzilla Date Night.fun, everyone.
I still need to watch Godzilla -1. It's on our Netflix now, so I can finally watch it.
I started watching it. I enjoyed it. I don't remember if I finished it, though.
It's so good.
It was good.
So good.
I love, we watched Shin Godzilla, Neil. That's the one we watched, isn't it? Triumph of Administration. That's funny. Okay.
All right, I'll take
Let's play some D&D.
Yeah, let's leave my weird film tastes behind. And where last we left, the party with their heroic new member, a halfling named Goat, defeated a bunch of demon slayers in a random encounter in the abandoned area. Now, this was not to anyone's benefit. Couple demon slayers died, a bunch got injured. Your people got pretty fucked up. Sierra almost died. Luther is pretty badly damaged. The two groups eventually disengaged from each other and went their separate ways. Now, you have a pre-existing relationship with the demon slayers, and this runs right afoul of that.
Yeah.
Now, this could lead in a lot of directions.
One thing I want to set up around the city going forward is I kind of want to see if we can find some safe houses near where we usually enter. And I would like for us to stash armor there. And basically, we would have armor to put on as we're entering the abandoned zones so that we're ready if anybody wants to fuck with us in there. And then when we get to the other side where we're going to come out, we would have another one that we would stash the armor in. So then when we come back through, we would take it, we would leave it where we're going to go, and then we would, that's kind of how
Right. That way you can travel these dangerous areas. Like you've got depots of equipment that you can see. This is that top level logistics that you really only get with a first world power, or not a first rate power. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of want to start setting that up in the background. We just need to get some more gear. I mean, we have leather armor and everything, but I don't think it's tenable for us just to walk unarmored through this area anymore when we've seen something like this.
Not after that, no.
Yeah.
But I think are we picking back up, Neil, like in the aftermath of the fight, or?
I think you've retreated back home.
Because I think we need to have a conversation, like the leadership team of Steel Team 6, about how we respond to this event. I feel like we need to respond one way or another. So I guess I'll lay down my thoughts. And these are just options, right? We could respond with some sort of peace offering, as if to say, look, this was a bit of a misunderstanding. Let's not let something like this get in the way of working together in the future. We lost some people, you lost some people. Let's just not run into this again. Or we could kind of respond with force, which is to say, tell them to get fucked. Or maybe we could try and hit one of their bases, like steal some of their shit. What are we thinking?
I think we should do a little bit of the first and a little bit of the second. So we say, hey, big misunderstanding. We appreciate that you're going to return us the 80 gold that you stole from Sierra. And we'll let bygones be bygones. Sorry about, having to kill your friends. We show a little force. We expect what was taken from us to be given back. And we can address it directly to Tom. That was the guy who I met and gave the amulet to, and he shook my hand, and he seemed like a big guy at the D5 operation base.
Yeah. That's a strong argument. I'm of a mind to support that. I think, Racer, what do you think?
Now, I might not be as wounded and fucked up as the rest of you. But that was a scary moment, guys.
Yeah.
I know I just got out of the stockades over in the Copperhead territory. I'm not particularly excited about all-out war with the Demon Slayers. I know we're hot shit. We're Steel Team 6. We're the best of the best. But they got a lot more people than us. And sure, we're in Pittman territory. They wouldn't dare march on us over here. I don't know. I think I need to think on this for a little while.
Well, we can't just say nothing, because if we do that, they might not respect us.
Razor does have a point, though. If we're expanding out our operation,
we did leave it
into
out.
the abandoned zone. We don't have Pittman protection there.
And we pissed on them. We said that by our hand, these people are alive. Like, they lost more than we lost at the end of the day, right? Like, we killed 3 of them. They took some gold.
Yeah,
I mean, if we consider that gold
that's fair.
Paid blood money.
They also don't know how bad we were fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
None of our bodies are there.
Yeah.
That might be better for our legacy.
maybe it's still worth writing to your friend though, Tom. You know, maybe it doesn't have to be a threat or a request for money.
Maybe we don't ask the money back. We just say, hey, what's going on? Huge misunderstanding. I thought we were cool.
Sierra
Yeah.
chimes in. I love that idea. I think we go tell them, say, oh, a little bit of miscommunication. No one expected this. No one wanted this. But you know, it's water under the bridge. And why let this spoil a good thing? Accidents happen, you
I tried to
know.
put a stop to it. Yeah, I agree.
No one's dead, right? I look. I count.
None of us are.
Percival's
I
like,
count-
none of us.
None of the bodyguards, right? Died.
No.
Yeah.
One was
One of them
injured.
got knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should pay them a little bit more too for the good job. Don't want them getting
Yeah, they
squeamish
need-
on us.
They need I'll sort that out. They need a bonus. I point to Sierra and say, well, given everything you went through, Sierra, I think if you're willing to put a fork in it and not make a big deal out of it, you know, if Sierra can do that after he begged for his life, then I think all of us can maybe swallow our pride and
Begged for my life, more like used my cunning linguistic skills to get myself out of a trap. And the moment his back was to me, I hopped right back in that battle. Fought them off, I did, single-handedly. Well, with my
I think
friends.
we should also add 2 more bodyguards to the repertoire when we're going around. So there's 10 of us. 4 bodyguards, 6 members. They are worth their weight in gold. Those little dwarves.
yeah, see you can get a lot done with dwarves in this town.
Yeah, 2 in the front, 2 in the back.
Just
that
like your
way
mom
they-
likes it.
I give him a high five.
Yeah, my mom was a whore. Very funny.
Them jokes never get old. That's my sister you're talking about.
Just like your sister liked it.
So if we got 2 in the front, 2 in the back, then they can handle most things, right? Could even, if we needed, have 1 in front, 1 in back, 2 on the sides. I think 4 is a good way to go.
Yeah, maybe 4. I think any more than that. I mean, you're not a fucking king, Pigeon. You don't need an escort.
No, 4, and we'll pay for 8 total dwarves. That helps them out because they've been looking, they've been asking me, hey boss, I got cousin Bill over here. He likes to mine coal, but there's no coal here and he needs a job. So we'll just get them going too. And then we got this little clan of dwarves under our fingers.
You know what we need to find? Like a fighting dwarf who can teach him, how to fight real good.
Yeah,
One of them, do they have them? Do they have like fighting dwarfs? We fought like wars with them in the past, right? Like there are
well,
some
maybe
of them.
we could get the demon slayers to train them.
Well, I mean, given everything that's happened,
I
Maybe
mean,
we
they
just-
owe us.
we ain't got
Whoa,
an
whoa,
army
whoa.
here.
Let's
We
tone it down. The Demon Slayers aren't going to help train anyone, says Percival. They're not going to help anyone who's not part of their gang.
Yeah.
But we could find a fighting dwarf, right? I'm not making that. That is a thing, right? Some of these guys, they make like little armor and they're good fighters, some of them, right?
Percival nods his head. Yeah, but those are mostly up in the mountains to the north or way out in near Wake County along the Rock Ridge.
There's got to be a dwarf in this city somewhere who knows how to fight. Like,
I
really
mean, it
knows
doesn't
how
even have to
fight.
be here. We could go and do a little visit and hire one of them to come back and train.
I mean, we could do that, but I
Weren't
don't know
you
a lot
guys just
about
talking
dwarves,
about
but
trying to cut costs and all of a sudden now we want to hire extra help and teachers and shit?
Yeah, that person almost cut your life, and those dwarves actually helped it. I'm trying to survive here.
Anyway, it's not about the nominal value, right? It's about getting bang for your buck. That's the point. We can have 8 dwarves who don't know how to fight, or we can invest an extra 20% and get 8 dwarves who are the best fighting dwarves this side of the mountain range.
What, you think you're going to get paid 20% and get a double value of fighter? No, you want to get anyone who's a half decent fighter, you're going to have to pay a shit ton of money. Good fighters, they can charge pretty much whatever they want, or they can just take whatever they want.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have to. Okay, maybe he's not the best fighting dwarf this side of the mountains. Okay, but maybe just like a good, because I don't know if you were watching them, but the demon slayers they had more technique than our bodyguards. They're just dwarves off the street, like you said, coal miners.
Eraser nods. He's like, "That's true," and those weren't even their best.
So
Yeah,
there's
those are just
someone.
shitters.
There's someone in there in the Demon Slayer territory that's training these guys. So it is possible.
It is possible. But is that who we are? Are we going to just build a little army and make a little fiefdom in the middle of this here city? Because if that's our approach, if we're just going to, take things by force, we're going to run up against some troubles. We're eventually going to hit
force.
some.
But we got to defend our operations.
We need to be able to defend our operation, not
it.
invade other people's operations.
It's a
through brute
defensive.
force.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the Drakissian says Sierra. They said that they were just defending themselves, and they were defending themselves in southern Eridon, and defending themselves in northern Eridon, and they defended themselves by invading Mystria, and they defended themselves by invading Roxas. And everyone says, oh, it's just for self-defense, and then they go and launch aggressive wars and take over. Is that who we are?
Well, I would like to not be cut down on the street at least.
It doesn't
Personal
seem
knowledge.
like it's asking that too much. I mean, that seems a pretty reasonable request to me.
I say we get two more dwarves to be on our retinue of shifts, and we.
Wait, why don't we just ask them? They'll know all of the other dwarfs, won't they? They'll
Yeah,
know who's
they'll
the best.
know every dwarf in the land.
They'll know the best fighter dwarf in the city.
I'll call for the dwarves if they're here. I mean, that's their job, kind of.
Yeah. They're in another room. They come on out. They come on over.
I would like to know if we address the dwarves, as a collective, or do they have individual nomenclature?
Dwarvenclature?
I kind of just call them dwarves, man.
Hey, dwarves, come in here.
That's a perfectly reasonable answer. I was just wondering if that was the situation. So we refer to them as the dwarves. Yeah.
Or if they have a clan name that they go by, I could refer to them as that. But I'm not going to be rock, gold, iron, silver, come in here.
They definitely had names when you first hired them, but I do believe that those names have been forgotten and you just call them dwarves and they just respond to dwarves.
I think that if at some point you might have to refer to them individually, but you can just do so by, Redbeard, Blackbeard.
Hey, what's up, short
Shortbeard.
stuff? Hey, Gruffy.
You
know?
You got more people who want a fucking job?
Yeah, the family's always looking for jobs.
All right, well, we're willing to hire 4 more of you, and we would like 2 on each shift. 2 on the day shift extra, 2 on the night shift, so 4 in each. So it'll be 80 we're paying.
I got some sisters and cousins who might be up for that. But I gotta say, this, we just put our lives on the line for you pretty hard there. We almost died. Would have been
Don't worry, we got
easy
a
to run
doctor
away.
coming.
Well, not just that. Oh, I thought Pigeon had already told you, but we've got a little bonus lined up for you, given that how hard you both all thought.
Well, I don't know what sort of bonus you're thinking, says, Stubby or Short Stuff, whatever you want to call him. We've been talking in the other room.
Here we go. These fucking morons got a fucking idea. What's the problem with these dwarves, man? They just get an idea in their head and they go for it.
They give them a chance, though. We give them a chance on this one.
We're going to start bringing the clan over here and start working, get everyone involved. We feel like we're putting our necks out there. We should get some small taste of the action. Not just a living wage, just maybe 10% we can split amongst ourselves from whatever take you got.
Thing is, oftentimes we'll have a dry spell, We won't bring any money in for a long while, and I don't really think that's fair to ask you guys to work for us and not get a fair payout. So what I'm proposing instead is a flat bonus structure. You rely on us to understand what you can bring to the table, and if you perform well, then we'll reward you in kind. So for today's performance, I reach behind me, Neil, where there's some golden bags, and I'll throw a bag of 50 gold to the dwarf who's talking. This is 4 dwarves we're talking about that were here today, right? It's 12.5 gold each.
No, there were 2 dwarves who were with us.
Right, there's 2 in the room now. There's 2 who are not on shift yet.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's up to them to split it how they'd like.
Yeah, all right. I throw him a bag of 50 gold. I won't take that off the household. I feel like that is fair.
I feel like right now that's fair. In the future,
in the future, if you come on a heist or something like that, and we use you, we'll talk about the percentage cut. I think what you're asking is pretty fair if you're on the heist.
Yeah.
You know, I appreciate it. Just keep your mind open as this relationship develops, as you become, as we bring in more of our family and you get to know us. You know, nothing builds bonds like shared metals, you know?
What's your clan's name?
You couldn't pronounce it.
Oh,
in
we'll
common.
try. I'll try.
Ruptursnaka?
Ruptursnaka. All right.
Not even close.
Say, there's
We'll
one other
call
thing.
you the Ruptures.
One other thing I want to
Right.
talk to you about.
The Rupture clan, that'll work in common.
I come a little bit close to them and say, it was a pretty scary fight out there. You know, it got a little close for a lot of us, including me. I say as I'm like all bandaged up and the blood bleeding through the bandages. If we didn't have you at our back, I don't know that we would have made it out the other side. But it was close, maybe too close. So I'm thinking it'd be great if you guys could get, you know, real good at fighting. Now, there's a lot of dwarfs in this town, but I don't know them all. Is there someone you know, a dwarf you know, real good fighter, who you think, give him enough coin, might come down here and give you guys some training?
They look at each other and they look back at you and go, I mean, there's always someone who could do that. And yeah, our clan left another. How well do you know the northern territories? You
Like Copper Hill?
Keldaram.
Oh, I mean, it's in the mountains, right?
Yeah. We got our family split away from theirs not too long ago, a couple hundred years ago. Right, we're all second generation Stromheimians. We got some family back there. Those guys, tough fucking dwarves. Real shut off from the rest of the world. Close themselves down, lock themselves down, you know, making their own dwarven kingdom. Every now and then we talk about heading back, maybe hooking up with the old family, living amongst dwarves, where everyone's, you know, but this world has so much to offer out here. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of challenge. There's a lot of people's heads we get to bash in, and it's no offense, but kicking some tall folk to the ground and beating their heads in, well, that's something I can get behind, you know? So yeah, we got some family that could come out here. The question is always going to come down to cost, safety, you know? They want to come out here, couple years of training. They'll need housing. They'll want protection. It'll be expensive.
What are we talking, you think? Any idea?
Probably in copper, probably hundreds of thousands. Probably many hundreds of thousands, maybe 1 million copper. I don't know.
Does that be like 100,000 gold?
No. It's like a 1,000 to, thousands to 10,000s of gold.
Okay.
Oh, well, hold on. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, that's reasonable. All right. You know what? We're going to park that for a while. We've got a job coming up. Hopefully that's going to pay pretty well. I guess another alternative, I mean, if you guys were looking for a trip back home, we could, if we were in this for the long term, we could kind of pay for the dwarves to go back there and train and come back as badasses.
I don't mind that, but I would rather their clan kind of move here and then us make like an oath with them. Not like an oath to kind of like a knight makes an oath, I think, where they they vow to protect so-and-so. I don't think that would be out of the question. I don't know if it's, what's the word, disrespectful? But I feel like we're kind of setting that relationship up.
Okay, yeah, let's aim for that then. All right, well, maybe I don't know if you're right back home, but if you see any family or you have any contact with them back home, maybe just put some feelers out.
we're gonna pay for this dwarf, by the way, to get also treatment from a doctor.
Mhm.
It should only take him like 2 days, but I think something like that is like a nice show of like, thanks for helping us. We're gonna make sure that you get what you're due. You know.
Nice.
Well, I also think that like, if you're paying one doctor to come and treat Luther and Pigeon and Sierra, then it shouldn't be like there should be benefit in cost in terms of just having the doctor come and see everyone who's wounded in the crew, right, and then come back the next day. Like that's cheaper. It's cheaper to see 10 people in one house than it is to go to 10 different houses.
It's fair.
That is reasonable by all logic and thinking. But
Except-
doctors are in high demand, and they're going to charge a gold a patient. If they're all in the same house or if they're in separate houses, that's how they do it.
So, do we want to figure out the gold amount that the doctor needs, or is this monthly expenses?
It's not going to be that much at a gold a person.
Because I don't think Pigeon needs a doctor. I meant 30 HP.
Yeah, let's just fucking fold that into monthly expenses.
Cool.
Let's not worry about it.
Until we're getting mortally wounded on a weekly basis, it's probably fine.
Yeah, I think the goal, because you're paying 100 gold a month for expenses, so as long as it's not too out of hand, let's just not worry about the nickel and diming.
Sweet.
Okay.
All right.
So you're going to need about a week of downtime, like full downtime for Luther to get back up to full HP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the maybe working with the Dwarven clan, getting them here could be actually very useful. These dwarves haven't pissed me off.
No. These guys are real ones.
Oh my god. It's taken almost a decade, but Nick has finally come around to dwarves.
Nick's like, you know what? The Rupture clan, pretty good. They're okay by my book.
The Rupture clan. Is that what we're calling them?
That's what we're calling them, yeah.
Yeah. Blackbeard Rupture. Nice.
Okay.
Red Rupture.
Dick Rupture.
Whoa.
Richard Rupture, sorry.
What I would like to do, just looking at my character sheet now, is my disguise kit. I would like to pay some gold to upgrade it so that it could be good for impersonating kind of nobility.
Oh.
Well, maybe not nobility. Maybe that's a step too far. But
No,
like,
I think you should just have it that we have the money.
Okay. Yeah.
But
yeah.
also, that's a really cool item that you can. That would be cool if you could upgrade your disguise kit like mechanically.
Yeah, and I would like to make almost like it. I want it to become like a disguise wardrobe or like
Yes.
a place in the lair that I can use. And then I'll have a traveling kit as well. But
I do believe we have discussed this before, and that's exactly what you're going to need to do. Like, however you want to disguise yourself, you're going to need the appropriate thing. If you want to disguise yourself as a spellcaster, you're going to need the appropriate clothing. You want to disguise yourself as someone from the gentry, you'll need appropriate clothing, right?
the gentry.
Is it gentry, not gentry?
Yeah, like gentlemen. Yeah.
Gentleman, gentry. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'd like to make some marginal improvements to my disguise kit.
Absolutely.
For a noble man or a noble woman as well?
No, I think a nobleman. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
I guess we could use Lemon as a noble woman if she didn't speak too much, but without an acting proficiency, I think she'll fall flat on her face.
Be a bit of a shit, yeah.
Being noble. Yeah.
Cool.
So, what you want to talk costs?
Yeah. So you say noble, right? Noble's a wide range. We often lump them together because they're all the same social class to us lower class people. But within the upper class, there is stratification.
Yes. Well, the angle I'm going for is like low enough
noble
to get me through the door, but not
Got
enough to impress anyone. Or you don't want to. If you're going to make up that you're a noble, you need to be. We've all seen A Knight's Tale. You need to be an insignificant noble from a foreign land to have any chance of confusing the authorities.
Luther, you should ask Percival to show you what his noble documents look like, so you know where they are.
I'm well ahead of you, kid. I've had sight on those for months now. I've memorized them. I know what they look like.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, who else is looking after them?
Oh, I got one question. Can a racer read? This had come up, and I thought that it would be impossible that he can't if he's a master forger in 17th.
He must be able to. If I can read, a racer must be able to read.
Yeah, he's got literacy.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, if forgery is his skill, he must have literacy.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yes. It actually was left off his character sheet for some reason.
She's got a free skill.
Huge.
Nice work, Eraser.
Very good eraser.
Good job, buddy.
Because it was so asinine that he couldn't, that it was left off. Just who would ever think, you know?
Neil's forgot himself into buffing Eraser.
Yeah, excellent.
Happens. Okay. So, I mean, not in the 7 days that I'm resting, but in the days after that, while we're waiting for the daggers, I'll just upgrade my disguise kit, buy some new makeup.
You could even send me out during the time, and I could go and fucking do it for you if you needed.
You'll need sizing. Like you gotta fit it to yourself. You know,
it's not even just that. Like I think part of the acting proficiency will be knowing what things to buy to make it work. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You got to find your character that you would be, and figure that out in your head.
Who are you gonna be?
Well, I don't think I need to work that out until I'll craft it for the first time I really need it. You know.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'm imagining that you're creating a character in your head. If you've watched any good spy movies, people have false identities with fake characters, and they'll keep the same character because, like, as they get better at being that character, they blend in a little, and it becomes more of a believable character. So you'll probably develop, like, Sir So-and-so, the blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I mean, one of my stumbling block is, maybe you tell me that this isn't a problem. Are there any black nobles in Eridon?
Yeah.
Or in Druckus? Yeah, there are.
Yeah,
okay.
your skin color is not going to be a huge issue here. The native people of Arcadia, the Arcadia Island, tend to be Mediterranean phenomes. And so your family would have come probably from somewhere else once upon a time. There would be a few darker skinned families around that have made themselves into nobility, usually from like a coastal city. Not a ton in Wicthron Rarenta, so probably from Wake County, maybe from Redport, maybe from Rockwave, something like that.
Are you a method actor?
I don't know if I'm a method actor. Maybe a little bit. Redport's good because Redport is no longer part of Eridon, right? So checking documents might not be as easy as it would be if it was part of Eridon.
You're old enough that any papers you have would have been written during that era, though, right? And they might not change their legal structure. They might just keep the legal structure intact with the same traditions.
But that's good because people might not have seen what those papers actually look like either.
Well, no, because Neil's saying that when Luther was born, Redport was still part of Eridon.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So it would be of the same format. Yeah,
never mind.
It'd be the same format perhaps, but if they had to do some sort of check, it wouldn't be so straightforward as it would be if they were to say checking with High Castle.
Right. And these sorts of checks would require someone to physically go to Redport or, maybe at least send communications, which is a physical, it'd be a travel. Yeah.
Okay. So probably from Redport then.
Since we've had a pair of these noble documents and we've maybe looked at them a little bit, just a quick question. Do they have like your date of birth on it?
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's something that a forgery proficiency could do. Let's say we kidnapped a noble lady and we faked a birth, right? And said that there was a noble birth. Well, then you go and get that kid some papers. And then our forger, our master forger, could maybe change the date of birth to match Luther's or something like that.
You wouldn't be changing the... Well, yes and no. Okay, depending on how it works out, you might just most of the time you'll have to just rewrite the document from scratch because erasing ink is very difficult. Depending on the material it's written on, there are some documents that historically have been washed, parchment and vellum. Vellum is just like fancy parchment that like you would write stuff on, and then people, that document's no longer needed, and so people would wash the document with special chemicals and then just reuse the vellum to write upon. And in modern ages, we can now go back with like fancy imaging and pick up hints of the old thing, and you can actually see like what was originally here and then what was written over on top of it. It's very cool in the modern era. But sometimes with the right things, you could wash it out, but you'd be washing the whole paper. So
what is his noble document made of? I wouldn't know.
It's some sort of animal hide. You wouldn't know the difference between parchment and vellum at this point.
Sweet. That's it. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, okay. Like I said, my ultimate goal is to steal Percival's identity, but
Very smart.
we'll see about that.
We got about a week of downtime as everyone rests up real carefully, nursing your wounds, talking your glory stories. You know, it's all going good. In this week of downtime, we've got one thing of interest that pops up, though. And it pops up revolving Pigeon. One of these days, one of these nights, actually, everyone's keeping it early, keeping it calm. And Pigeon, you, Percival, and Eraser were the least injured in that combat. And I think you're probably the ones who are a little bit more awake, staying up a little bit later while Sierra and Luther rest. And sometime, sun's been down for hours. In the middle of the night comes a rapping, a knocking upon your door.
Chamber door.
Do we have a peephole in our door?
Yeah, it's not like the modern peephole with a lens. It's just
I don't look through that one. I look through the lock.
It's dark.
Can I do that or no? Okay, well, I'll look through the peephole. Any light out there?
Yeah, so just so you know what the peephole is, in this situation, the peephole's a circular piece of wood that goes over just a fist-sized hole in the door, and it's got like a little, it's on a little swivel, and it's got like a little lock that you can just use to hold it in place so that people can't poke their hand through it. But it's actual, like, someone could poke in and poke your eye through it. It is,
it's bigger, so you can just, like, from away, like, kind of, hello?
Yeah, so you can look in.
I'll look out.
It's Patricia.
Oh.
I open the door, and I let her in.
Yeah, she walks in. She's got a wool cloak on. Hood is up because it's kind of a chilly night. It's March.
Howdy do.
Pigeon. Oh, these must be
Welcome to
your
my humble
friends.
abode.
Sierra, Percival. So good to see you. I was hoping I could. Pigeon, would you mind stepping outside? I got some private questions for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just go outside.
Yeah. She walks outside with you, pulls the cloak round her, keeps the hood up just to keep herself warm. Sorry, I just got off work. It's been a long day. I heard rumor mill going on that you and your friends got into a little bit of trouble with some demon slayers recently.
I think for a second of being honest, and then I think about how we should probably, if she's hearing rumors, we should probably send some rumors back.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was no trouble. It was quite easy, actually. There were 5 of them in armor, but we dispatched them.
Good. I'd heard you all got into trouble, and I was a little worried about you, and I just thought I would come and pay a social call to make sure that, you're okay, and your uncle's okay, and everyone's all right.
Yeah, we're all good. You want to come in and have some wine?
No, it's been a long day. I got to get back home. You know my house. It's in the exact opposite direction of yours. So it's taken me some.
Do you need someone to walk you home? These streets are dangerous.
I wouldn't say no, but I can take care of myself.
Hey, come on. Here, let me get my coat.
I'll go get my cloak, and I'll tell the guys.
I'm going to walk Patricia home.
And then we all go, whoa!
Yeah. So
I
you'll
run
walk
over to
home.
my jewelry box, and I'll pull out one of the rings and put it in my pocket.
Nice.
Oh, smooth.
Thank you.
On the walk home, should just, ask a little bit about it. Like, is everyone okay? I only saw the 3 of you there. What happened to...
I'm gonna do a charisma check because I'm gonna lie here and make it seem like everybody's fine. Nothing bad happened to us. We literally kicked their asses, and it was very easy.
Oh. Well, you roll poorly.
Yeah.
You're lying. She's not necessarily suspicious. She rolls her charisma check. Okay.
She knows he's exaggerating.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal if it's a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, also, if she fails her charisma check, she might believe you the truth. So.
Yeah, so everything went really well. I mean, I don't know why they were attacking us. We had returned an amulet to them and everything. And, do you know who Tom is?
There's a lot of Toms, Dicks, and Harrys around here.
He's like the main demon slayer guy that I met at their big operation place.
Mm-hmm.
He loved me, and I don't know.
I kind of shrug it off.
Well,
But enough about me. Well, what about you? How's work been? I've been seeing you there.
yeah, I've seen you around too. I got the impression that I don't know, that work's been good. There's always thirsty people. There's always food to be given out. It's a busy place. It's just sometimes you hear one of your favorite customers gets in trouble. You just want to see what's going on. You get attached to people over the years. How long has it been that
I'm
we've known
attached
each
to
other,
you.
Pigeon?
You saved my life. It's been a few years now. My brother said I have to stop tipping you so well.
Blaming them. Huge.
So I felt awkward because I can't just give you the money that you deserve and you need, but I was able.
And I pull it out of my pocket.
No, I earned this, and I want you to have it.
I pull out an ornate ring that I stole from Carlo Vallejo, I believe.
Ooh, she's like, "Oh, I didn't come here for that, Pigeon. I mean, I've always appreciated your generosity, but that's not why I'm here. I'm honestly, worried about you a little."
No, I know. It's not about the money or anything. It's just I felt bad, and you deserve it. You're my favorite gal. You saved me when there was no one ever, and I'll never forget that.
Well,
I go to put it on her hand.
As a favor to you, then, and she'll just hold out her right hand. It's not her wedding ring hand.
Okay. I put it on whatever ring finger is appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah. She'll just hold out the right hand, and she'll look at it and be like, "Wow, this is gorgeous. Where did you get this?"
I'm somewhat of a jewelry maker myself. I've been tinkering.
That's amazing.
I got real skills. I've been trying to get into the inner city with it and sell my jewels there.
Oh. She, it's dark out, so it's hard to really see the luster and the shine. But as you're walking, she'll find a spot where there's like an oil lantern that hasn't been blown out yet. And she'll go and stand under it for a moment to kind of examine the ring.
Beautiful ring, worth 30 gold.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm gonna do a check. Is there anybody following us?
Give me a perception check as you look around the streets. There's a couple of people. There's two folks who are walking behind you, but you get the vibe from them that they're just like people who happen to be heading the same direction, and they're not necessarily following you.
I'll pull off at the oil lamp that she's checking her ring off, and I'll, kind of stay here longer than what would be normal, and I want to see if they pass or if they find a reason to just chill.
Yeah, they walk past you. They're not drunk or anything like that. They're just kind of walking quietly together, hoods up, cloaks around them, just like Patricia. Just two people walking through the streets in the middle of the night.
Okay, I'll bring up.
What were those red coats there for with Grom?
What do you mean?
You didn't see him a few days ago?
I'll recant the events of when the two redcoats came
a couple weeks ago.
Like, the bog.
Right.
It was on February, hold on, I got the date. It was on February 10th, or no, 9th, 8th. It was 2 days before the 10th.
You would think a person like me in a place like that would know everything that's happening, would be connected to all the things. But honestly, I just try and do my job, make some good tips, save up so I don't die poor on the streets like so many other people here. Unless Grom tells me what's going on, I don't ask.
A nod.
But
if you ever need anything or money, you can always come to me, and I got you.
I appreciate that, Pidgey. So that she just brushed off that that fight you had with those other folks, is Luther all right?
Oh yeah, he's fine. He's just he got knocked over the head a little bit, so we got a doctor coming for a few days. But yeah, everybody's good. You know, this really protects me.
I flash my magic dagger to show her.
She looks at the magic dagger. Wow, that's something, all right.
It's magic.
Did you get that when Helmet died?
I shake my head, but that was very interesting that she kind of knows that Helmet died.
No,
think you
I've had
told
this
her.
for.
I think so, probably. She probably would have known, like, he's not showing up anymore. There's someone
Yeah.
new.
Yeah,
No,
you guys talk.
I've had this for a while. I tried to save him with it, actually.
Mm.
It was a mimic.
The dagger was a mimic?
No, the thing that killed Helmet, it ate him.
A mimic in Wicthron Renta? I'm not surprised. I guess I should have known. There's all sorts of crazy stuff lying around here.
Yeah, that's not the only crazy thing in this city.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Did she mean say Wicktron Renta? She means say Stromheim.
She meant to say Stromheim. I'm just
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy things here in Stromheim.
Yeah. You know, speaking of crazy things and speaking of redcoats, I have heard that there's been something going on over in the north side of the city. Some sort of... they never really quite said it was, but the term the festival has been passed around. People are talking about the redcoats are preparing some sort of festival. And I don't know what's going on, but they mentioned... These are just rumors that I'm hearing as I'm walking around Rusty's Hook, right? They mentioned a big old cart that's being brought... a series of carts. Large cages being brought into the city from out of town. I don't know. You heard anything about some sort of festival with large carts filled with creatures or monsters or something? Some sort of big old gladiatorial show game or sparring event or some... No?
No, I haven't heard about this at all, but that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, but I heard a couple of these, ne'er-do-wells hanging around saying that they heard about this thing, this festival that's gonna happen.
I'll have to check it out. Could be interesting.
Well, I believe this is my house. Thanks for walking me home, Pigeon. Take care and good luck. And don't let your bosses tell you how to live your life. You be you.
I nod.
All right, yeah, don't be a stranger. Maybe we could go out for some dinner sometime.
That'd be nice. If you don't mind,
All right.
dinner at 4 a.m. with
Well, you're
being
off
stale
Wednesdays,
bread and a
right?
piece of cheese. That's true. I do have Wednesdays off.
How about
I think, what's today's date?
It's Tuesday night.
how about tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night?
I mean, unless you're busy or something.
Well, I was going to go to the baths with some friends, wash our hair, but that's a daytime activity. Sure. You want to pick me up here at my place after sunfall?
Sure. I'll plan a whole date. I got an idea.
All right.
All right.
With that, she'll head inside.
I give her a kiss on the cheek.
She just gives you the smile, fades into the
Very
doorway,
good.
gives it shut.
All right. Tomorrow I'll take her to Redcoat territory and I'll spend my party's money. No, I'll spend some of my money. I'll spend tomorrow in the morning. I'll go to the local gem merchant and I'm going to turn in one of the 100 gold GP gems. How much are they going to pay me for it? 80? 100?
No, you can get more than that. Is it? I just at this moment, is it strange that I feel proud? I'm not really sure why I feel proud, but I do.
Why don't you roll me a? Why don't you roll me 2d10? So you will get it for 91% of its value.
Okay, so
89% of its value. Oh no, 91.
91.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'll add 91 gold to my character sheet, and I'm gonna spend 50 gold showing her a good time.
Are you gonna claim that XP now, Muto?
Yeah, can I get that XP?
Yes.
Do I get it solo?
91
Is that
times
split?
2.
Would he get that all himself, or
Ooh.
so otherwise I've got some gems to sell?
Honest to God, it should be split.
Yeah, it should be
Because
split.
otherwise, I would just go and sell all the gems and get my level.
Well, actually, that makes sense. That if one of you steals all the gems from the rest of the party and sells it for
That's
yourself,
true. I did just steal. I technically did
That's
steal
true.
a gem.
That's true.
I'll take
Yeah.
this XP myself.
I do believe that you should get the 102 experience for this.
91 times 2, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
182
sorry, 182.
times 0.1.
Oh, it's 200 exactly.
That's 200 XP. Yeah. All right, I'll take. Hey, Nick. I sell a few more gems. We're fucking golden.
You piece of shit.
No, I'll just sell the one. I sold. Okay, so 50 gold just gone into the ethers. I'm showing her a good time tomorrow, and I think that's a real good time for 50 gold. The other amount is added to my character sheet.
I feel like you'd struggle to spend 50 gold on a 2-person date.
I probably went and bought her a nice thing. You know, it's not just like going out to eat, but it's like buying her something lavish, maybe even having like a band come and play for us. You know, I went all out for her.
Yeah,
And at the
$5
end of the night-
grand in
Yeah.
a single night is
That's
doable.
crazy talk. Yeah,
I did it.
Yeah, but is it doable in like the shithole part of the town?
No, we went to the Redcoat area.
He is going to Redcoat territory.
Okay.
But
So
you would
some
have
nicer
to
things.
try to spend that money. Like you're asking for the
was.
very best bottle of wine. You know, you're asking for the best cuts of meat. You got, you know, let's reserve this section of the table. You're tipping the waitresses well. You know, you're
I'll
having
tell
a
you
time.
why Pigeon did this. He's going for a smooch at the end of the night, and Pigeon is currently on his arc of, if I just spend more money on people, they'll like me more.
It's quite tragic, but
Quite tragic, but true.
yeah, it's working. But she doesn't like you for the money. You know,
Probably
that's
not,
the
no.
that's the dream.
That's the dream, yeah.
Yeah.
And at the end of the night, Koibu, after all said and done, Pigeon goes for the smooch.
The proper kiss, not just like the
proper
kiss on the
kiss.
forehead, not the kiss on
No.
the cheek.
Like a kiss goodnight after the first date.
Mm.
How can we get a moment to remind ourselves of the age difference between Patricia and Pigeon?
Pigeon's 21, 22 now. Somewhere around there.
She's not like in her 30s.
She's early
is she?
30s, I think.
She is somewhere
Shit.
in her 30s. Yeah, she's quite a bit older than Pigeon, if I recall
Nice.
correctly.
She's robbing the cradle a little bit.
She's doing what, sorry?
Robbing the cradle?
Oh, I think you said rubbing something.
Oh, no.
If you play your cards right. Did anyone see the artwork of Pigeon and Patricia, actually?
No.
You've not seen this one,
you should
Neil?
check it out. It's really good.
Where?
Also,
Yeah,
we're going to
I'll
be
send you a
working
link.
with that artist and probably releasing some sort of like book with artwork from him and maybe some notes about the campaign and all that. That's something we're working on in the back end.
Well,
That's
you
right.
go in for the kiss.
Oh, yeah.
We have what we've rolled for here as what we're going to call a partial success. She
Okay.
does kiss you. The lips make contact with lips, but it's not, you know, open mouth. It's not,
It's not a
anything
make-out
like that.
session.
And it's rather short. You know, it's like, well, this was a lovely time. Kiss.
Boom.
Good night, Pigeon.
Now,
Yeah.
what sort of check can I make here? It's kind of like a luck check.
Mm.
Does Pigeon feel like, you know, sometimes when you kiss someone, there's like that spark?
Mm.
I'm going to roll a D100. Higher is good.
No, the spark was there, of course.
I don't think so. It was a
I
kiss.
I think you've got personal like psychosomatic, no, not psychosomatic, psychological connection, like emotional connection. But I think the kiss does leave something to be desired. It does leave that, like, I was really hoping this was going to be a magic moment where stars burst above my head, and it wasn't quite what you were hoping it would be.
Pigeon will go and stomp at the local brothel for the night and get his frustrations out there.
Okay. Well, the next day is the day that your weapons are supposed to be available. Steel weapons, babies.
It only makes sense for Steel Team 6 to have steel weapons.
It does.
Now, I
look
think
at the artwork before you
I see that. It's very good.
It's very good, isn't it?
It's very good.
Tricia's looking kind of fine in that, I'm not going to lie.
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I've got to say on the matter.
Yeah. We had written down what the weapons were. I seem to have forgotten because it's been a little while.
6 daggers. A racer, being the first among equals, has one with 100 GP gem in it.
Ah, right. Okay. It was 6 daggers.
That'll be yours one day, Nick.
One day, yeah. That's badass, though. All right.
Has 100 GP gem in it. Excellent. You get your daggers. Everyone, you get to go to the smith. The weapons are shiny. They're bright. They've got just the slightest bit of blue that runs through the blade. The edges are crisp. The razor sharp. They're perfect. This will punch right through copper armor. No questions asked.
So now that we've got hold of these, I would like to just clarify when this +1 applies.
Anytime you're encountering metal armor that is not made out of iron or steel. So when you were fighting the
Demon Slayers.
The Demon Slayers, what armor did they have at the time? I think they were wearing chain mail.
I think they were wearing chain.
Yeah, and that's copper
So
chain. So this would have been
them.
+1 to hit against the Demon Slayers at that point.
But what if you're wearing leather armor?
Then it's going to be the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
I propose that on my character sheet, I just count this as a +1 to hit, Neil, and you can just factor in and remember when it's not against metal armor.
No, I think you got to
Other
add
way
the
around.
+1. Yeah.
Yeah, because metal
So
armor
in
is
the
a
hit-
lot less likely to.
Yeah,
In the hit
yeah.
adjust area, just put, metal.
We'll just.
+1.
The thing is, we'll just forget. Is the thing. So I was just putting the burden of remembering on Neil, but
I won't forget.
I don't think we're going to
you won't
forget.
forget.
We'll
No.
remember that +1 bonus against metal armors. Definitely.
We will be begging for a +1 in many circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody in the future is going to be clipping that moment, and then right
damn
after
it.
it's going to be a clip where we die because we don't remember the +1.
We also,
That's so likely to happen.
Yeah, I know.
I'll ask the smith as we're, I guess, here.
And when are you starting when are you starting that work for the dwarves?
Excuse me?
Did they not come visit you about the iron picks?
He blinks at you a couple times. I have many customers. I don't usually discuss customers' business with other customers.
Oh, well, you see, me and that dwarf we're good friends, and we sold him the iron.
You know,
I told
buddy,
him about you.
I appreciate your service, your patronage. I'm happy to work with you if you ever need any more work, but you wouldn't like it if I was discussing any of your plans with any of my other customers, right? I'm sure you
He's a
can
bit of a
understand.
dick, but I
Yeah, I get it.
All right. You have a nice day then.
we're good.
As the party gets back to their house to make final preparations to leave, you find standing outside your doorway is one of your neighbors. Is where's my dice? It's McGinnis. McGinnis is one of the people who lives in like your little cul-de-sac, just like a couple houses down from your house, which is, still under construction with all the dwarves hauling things. They've been putting up with the sound problems and the noise problems. These are the sorts of people that you've been trying to get into connection with, right? We've been doing personal relationship building with the neighbors, and McGinnis is one of these neighbors.
Yeah.
And he's waiting by your door with his cap in his hands, looking real. What's the word for like, I'm ready to see you, but I'm also a little bit worried about talking to you. Apprehensive.
I'll go up to him. Joe, how you doing, buddy? How's the wife and kids?
Well, not so great, sir. That's why I'm here.
No. Come in. I open the door and go inside. And you want something to drink?
A bit of wine if you've got it.
Yeah. I pour us both a glass of wine. And I sit down with Joe in like, not in the central area, kind of some seats that are away from where everyone else is going to be when they get here and start making loads of noise.
Yeah, well, the whole party has come here to your house. You've got your, this is all like a construction zone, really. Like this.
We go and sit like over here on these two seats.
These doors do not work fast, man.
It's going to take a year, and it's only been a few months.
How many months are we in? Jesus Christ. I'm getting tired of all of the construction in-game.
Surely it's been more than a couple of months. So I feel like we've paid monthly expenses about 10 times.
3 times at least.
They started working in...
It was before the new year.
Yeah, it was November, December. You left for Meadstead in October. I think it was in October that you made your deals. It was actually the first time you went to the Grimy Gremlin, right?
They stopped working when we went to Meadstead.
It was the first time we went to the Grimy Gremlin, yeah.
No, they stopped working when you went to Fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That was only like a week or two, though.
Right, yeah. So they started in November.
So all of November, December, January, and February. So we're like 4 months in. Okay,
yeah,
we're almost halfway.
Yeah, we're almost halfway.
So you guys sit down
soon.
At the back of the bar. The dwarves are coming in and out. They're hauling stuff around. This guy sees the trap door, the area where they're working, but everyone knows something's going on in here. Like, it's not a huge secret.
Yeah, he's part of the crew. He's part of the neighborhood anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So Joe, what is it? What's happened?
We've been robbed.
Disgraceful. By who?
Just put my notes down. There's a man. His name was Horner. Called himself Sticky. He and his group. Horner. Well, they called themselves the Sticky Fingers. They came through last night. Beat us up a little bit. Wow. You see, I've been conducting a little extra business on the side. I'm not too proud to say. Car had broken down outside of town. And you know me. I go out of town all the time. I'm a carpenter. I deal with stuff on the outside of the walls. I come back in. While I'm out there, me and my buddy, we're going to take a look at this cherry tree that's going to be felled. Got some plans for it and everything. Only, you see, on the way back from the cherry tree, there's a cart. A mule cart. And the guy at the reins is keeled over. And we go to take a look at him, and he's dead. No sign of injury, no like daggers, no bows, no arrows, nothing like that. Just, heart must have given out or something. So me and my son, we take a look in the back of his cart. And we find in the back of his cart a couple bolts of fabric, many bolts of fabric. Nice looking stuff. I don't know too much about fabric, but I think this could be ours. I could make some money off of this fabric. It's just in a cart in the middle of nowhere. Guy's dead. I don't know whose this is. I can't return it to his family. Someone's going to come along and take. This guy's had a bad stroke of luck. Could be my stroke of good luck, right? So my son and I, we take the cart home. We bring the fabric bolts inside. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's worth. Well, last night, These guys come in. There's 6 of them. They bust into the house through the back door. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got a couple dogs with them too. I'm surprised you didn't hear it. But they come in. They ask where the fabric is. I say I don't know. I'd stashed in the attic. Tell them they got the wrong place. They take my wife. They beat her across her teeth. They're on the ground. They go up to my son next. They pull out a dagger. They said, "Where's the fabric?" I tell them where it is. They go take the fabric. They beat my boy. All right. They give me a little shiner myself, but I'm a tough man, so it wears off pretty fast. And then they take us for everything else. They ransack the whole house. They look for money. They look for gems. They look for jewels. They look for anything they could take, and they take it all. They take everything we got. And with my wife held hostage, I show them where our emergency funds are stashed.
How much money did they take from you?
Somewhere, I don't keep full track of everything, but probably like 80 gold and 400 or 500 silver, plus anything else of value we had.
You said you knew these guys, right? The sticky fingers? How do you know them?
Well, because when I started saying, I don't know what you're talking about, I don't know where the fabric is, one of the lackeys goes, "You know who this is? You know who this is?" He says, "This is Horner. Kel Horner," they called him. By the look of him, when he spoke up, he had that like thick Mystrian accent. So I think this guy is someone, former knight, former soldier out of Mystria, come on over here, set himself up. I heard them call him Sticky a couple times. And they called him Horner. And on the way out, the last guy to leave, the one that's holding my wife, he throws her to the ground and says, "Don't you ever cross the sticky fingers again." And then they dart out into the night.
All right, Joe.
And
you did right coming to me.
I was thinking, you might know someone. You might, be able to,
Listen,
I could use some advice.
Your wife and kid, you guys are like family to us. You live on our street. We've known you since the first day we moved in here. And you've always been very welcoming to us. And, we wouldn't be doing what we are meant to be doing if we didn't have, if we didn't have your back, if we weren't looking out for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some ears on the street. I'm going to get some kids running around. I'm going to find out who these sticky fingers guys are. And, we're going to see what we can do about it. But the thing is, Joe, what you should have done when you found all that fabric, you stored it in your attic. You know what you should have done, don't you? You should have come to us. You should have come to see Luther. Because Luther knows about these kind of things. And it's dangerous keeping that kind of material on you, I mean, why do you think we've got all these dwarves digging out this big hole down here? You got wealth to look after. You got to look after it. You got to make sure it's secure. Like I said, you're like family to us, Joe. You and your wife. And I'm sorry what's happened to your wife, because she was a good-looking woman. And I'm sure she still is. There's a guy on the north part of town in Redcoat that he makes like wooden sets of teeth, which not so good for eating, but when the mouth's closed, they do make them look, they look normal again. So maybe you should go and see about that. But like I said, I'm sorry about your wife. What we're going to do is we're going to look after you. But next time something like this happens, Joe, you got to remember, if you're living in our area, we're looking after you. But that means that you got to look after us as well. We need a slice of anything like that's going on in this territory.
Oh, we just come across it. It happened so fast. I didn't have time to talk to nobody about it. I was still trying to figure out.
You should have just came to our house immediately.
I hand him a bag of half full of gold, 28 gold.
He lost the bag.
You take this, these guys took everything from you, so you and the kids and the wife and that, you're gonna need some coin to get yourself back on your feet. So you take that for now. We're gonna see what we can do. But frankly, I don't like the fact that these guys are running around in a group of 6, because that's kind of our thing. So
we're
that's
gonna handle
1.
these guys, and we're gonna get your shit back.
That's right.
And you take that, you just pay us back what you can. and you hear anything, you come to Uncle Luther.
Yeah, and just make sure that, when you're down the tavern and you're talking to the guys, make sure they all know that if they're wrapped up in any stuff like this, they should come to us.
I thank you. I was a little worried. Come to you. I wasn't sure if you just tell me it was my problem or what. So
you did the
thank
right
you.
thing. I do like a classic Tony Soprano move on this guy now. So as we leave, I'm gonna put my arm like all around him and like hold him in tight, like slap him on the side of his face and be like, "You're all right, Joe. Go on." And I'll lead him out, but sort of like physically dominating a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I send him back on the street, and then I come back over to the other side of the room, where
we need to get these guys fast.
Yeah, where Eraser and Sierra and Helmet. Oh, not Helmet. Rip. Percival and Goat. All right. So that's Joe from a couple of doors down. You'll have seen him. His wife's got the red hair.
Oh yeah, the
One of the-
McGinnises.
That's the ones. Yeah. So apparently, they had some loot that they were holding, some expensive fabrics. I told them they should have come to us, but no point crying over spilt milk. But their house got hit. Group of 6 guys calling themselves the Sticky Fingers, led by a guy named Horner. Sounds like he's a knight from Mystria. But I told Joe that he did the right thing coming to us, and we'll find these guys and get his stuff back. But might delay the plan, I say, looking at Lemon for a few days.
We can't have this shit happen on our block if we're gone. They might think they can do this again to some other place, maybe even ours.
We got to react. We might not be able to force our will on the Demon Slayers, but 6 guys called the Sticky Fingers. I mean, they're stealing our bit for one.
We gotta take their fingers.
Percival speaks up, being like, fuck this shit, man. What are we doing? All of a sudden, we're like, out for justice and protecting the people around us? Fuck this. I don't want to stick my neck out for some dipshit who got himself into trouble. That's not what we're here for. Steel Team 6, we're here to steal things for ourselves. We're not here
You're not thinking big enough, Percival. Everyone in this block's up to shady shit, okay? And we need to make sure that they look to us for guidance, that they give us a piece, whenever they're making money. And if we're going to earn that piece, we've got to make sure they feel safe. We can't have people coming into our territory and robbing our people.
No, man, you don't
do nothing about it.
Right now it's this one thing. Next week it's another. 6 months from now, all we're doing is listen to people gripe and bitch and having to make decisions about other people's business. I don't want to fucking do that shit. That's why I left, man. That's why I came out here.
Pigeon's right. There's a scale to this. They came into his house, they fucked up his wife's face. That's not right. And
they stole from our people.
They didn't just steal
block.
a few coins. This is probably hundreds of gold right here, and we'll get a piece of it. Don't worry.
And we need all of them bringing everything to us, so we get a piece of it. And if we help him out, word's gonna travel and it's gonna spread around here.
And then
And
more
nothing goes
people are
down
going to
without
come to
us.
us. And more people are going to come to us. We're going to build territory. And then we're going to have a little fiefdom. And then we're going to be like little lords. And then I'm going to be right back where I started again. Don't you see? This is bullshit. This is not the way we want to go. We want to be Steel Team 6. We want to get in there, get the goods, get back out, and live a fucking epic life with just the 6 of us and Lemon. But getting bodyguards, getting people to come to us with their problems, the fuck is this bullshit? And Eraser's like,
Sierra.
Percival,
Okay,
buddy,
Eraser.
buddy. And Sierra's like, well, I don't know. I kind of like being someone. I like having people come to me. And Percival just shakes his head and, sits back in his chair and crosses his arms like, it's fucking bullshit.
That's going to be a problem, I think to myself. So, but both Sierra and Eraser support the
Sierra's
actions.
in favor. Eraser's just making the peace. He's not stating preferences.
Okay. Well, if that's how the vote goes, I think it goes without saying. So I will go to I walk away from the table and go to some of the dwarves who are hanging out in the other part of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, listen, I'm going to need you to run down to Rusty's Hook, find the group of kids. One of them's called Gary. They've done some work for us before, eyes and ears on the streets, things like that. Get them to come down here.
He replies in Dwarven.
Okay, well, I say it's the one who speaks English.
And he
English.
replies in Dwarven too.
Common. Do none of them speak Common?
I mean, they live in.
We were just speaking to them.
You were. Oh wait. Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you meant the dwarves who were working on,
the bodyguard dwarves.
They're okay. Never mind. Yeah, they'll go ahead and get the kids. What'd you say the name was? Garrett? Something like that.
Gary.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Your bodyguard dwarves will hurry off to go find Gary and the others.
I was having heart palpitations then, because just when I thought I was getting somewhere with these dwarves, they were just fucking stonewalling me.
I thought you were trying to get the workers to do your bidding.
Yeah. No, that's
okay.
fine.
I know they all look alike. It's
maneuver,
hard
though. Just
It
to
is a
speak in the
classic dwarf
opposite
maneuver.
language.
Yeah.
Just I don't know what you're saying.
Oh, fuck this guy. All right, cool. So Luther sits back down at the bar on his own, thinking about what's just happened here. That there's been a force of wills and we've come out on top.
I
Which
do
I think
hear
is
Percival,
good.
and I understand why.
I hear him, yeah.
I hear him, and I understand why he's acting that way. I worry that our approach is going to get him to leave, just like he left his parents. And he, for sure, has the ability to just up and go one day, because he did that shit to his family.
Yeah, for sure, he could leave, but
We need
as
to
long
get
as he
his
leaves behind
papers.
his documents. Yeah,
Yeah, but I think he'll take them.
it's a bit of a hypocritical move, though, isn't it? He doesn't want them.
He's a noble person. That's all they are.
Yeah. I think I have these thoughts as well, but I'm on the side of giving Percival a chance to come around.
Agreed.
Yeah.
After you send the dwarf off to get some stuff, Eraser takes charge of the meeting. All right, guys. We got a couple of things going on here. We got these sticky fingers. Whether or not we want to be kings in this town, someone has come to us for help. Someone that we have expressed to, a little protection over. That's not the path we want to go down. We can shut that shit back down. But what we don't want to do is tell everyone that we're a force for help and then turn them away. That's not that's just shooting. That's just pulling the, I guess you can say shooting. That's just shooting ourselves in the foot with a quarrel, right? That's not how we want to go. So let's deal with this. Percival, I know it's not your jam. We'll have a conversation after this is dealt with about how we want to approach, because he's right. We're doing a lot of things. We got copperheads in one side of the city. We got all sorts of stuff going on with redcoats in the other. We got demon slayers coming after us. Now we're heading out and robbing people in the rest of the world. We're getting spread pretty thin. I mean, if our lair here was finished, we wouldn't even be around to defend it, So we might be spreading ourselves out too much. We should focus. But for now, we got to go get that kid. We put a lot of time into that. I say we send these kids off, Gary or whatever their name is. We send them off to figure out information. We come back from the real job, pick up the sticky finger business on the other side.
Yeah, we gotta kill those fucking guys.
We're going to look into it.
Let's look into it. All right, we just narrowly escaped with our lives. If this guy's a former mystery and knight, he's probably not a chump. He could be real dangerous.
Maybe he could train our dwarves. We lock him up in the basement and make him train them.
No, I think you got to train dwarves with dwarves. They got to fight different, right? They're little. I mean, I sound like I'm joking, but I think that's a fair point.
I think that's a fair point.
It's totally fair.
Yeah. I think a dwarf would have an easier time training a human than a human would have an easier time training a dwarf.
That's a whole kettle of fish, because I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Who puts fish in a kettle?
What do you mean?
What is a full kettle of fish?
It's like, well, for one, it wouldn't be an electric kettle, I imagine. I don't know. I'm guessing it's just like you boil the fish in the kettle. I mean, What
That's
do
a
you
thing?
mean? No,
Full
it's not
kettle
a
of
thing.
fish?
It's not a thing, I don't think. But it probably was the thing, though.
Okay, so this is not a British idiom. You just said something.
No, it is. It is.
Okay,
No,
it
it
is.
is. It is. Oh, right. Have you not heard that before?
No, never.
Oh, yeah. It's a thing. Like it's a whole different kettle of fish.
If you
I
had
don't
said this
know
is a
what it
different
means.
barrel of monkeys, I would totally understand. But kettle of fish is just throwing me. It's fine.
I mean, I feel like I'd more like to put a fish in a kettle and a monkey in a barrel. So
Yeah, that's a lot easier.
I don't know.
how many monkeys are you getting in a barrel, though? You know.
You ever play Donkey Kong? The original Donkey Kong?
That's true.
Where he's throwing monkeys
Yeah.
in barrels? It's a thing. There's
There's
a
only
game
like one
called
monkey in
Barrels
each
of
barrel, though.
Monkeys.
Oh, I guess that's a thing then. Okay.
Okay. I mean, whatever.
We
I'll
both
go
learned
get-
something tonight.
I'll go get Bootsy, and I
Bootsy?
guess we'll get ready to set out. Yeah, he's gonna come make the
yeah.
fucking thing for us.
Oh, the boat. Yeah.
We got a whole. I don't remember the whole plan, but we have a whole
Oh,
plan. to
okay.
get there.
That's right. We're gonna go there. We're gonna set up our camp.
Yeah, and we're
Then
gonna give
we're gonna-
Lemon time to make him in love.
Yeah. Then we're gonna go back, kidnap the guy, bring him to our camp. Then we're gonna send out the ransom note, and then we're gonna meet them at the water and do the exchange.
This week
Yeah.
we've been. I don't want to say. I want to choose my words carefully. I want to say that this week we've been kind of like being a little mean to Lemon, of just like, wow, you really have it great here. You're so lucky. Like, you would not last in a nobleman's house. Like, we need to, I think, impress upon her this week that, like, she's a bit of a slob and, like, she could actually never function in actual society,
Bit of,
and that she's got it good here.
like red pillar a bit. Give it the
We
whole
gotta
neg-
do a
the negging.
little bit of negging and red pilling on her, of like, Jesus,
Classic.
like we'll kind of get Percival to do it too, because Percival comes from a noble house, so he knows what she's doing that could just never work. Like, oh my God, my parents would hate you.
You want to make sure that she doesn't just switch sides to this
Yeah.
noble
Yes.
kid, right?
We-
So
we
we
need
gotta
to- we need to-
undermine her confidence. We gotta put her on the back foot so she feels like she needs you,
I don't think we
right?
need to go too hard because I
Not
think the
super
idea
hard, but we need
that
to
she
have it in the yeah.
he's not gonna shack up with a commoner, is he? This fella. So I
But
think
That's a
how long-term
commoner's dream,
prospects-
man.
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah.
think he. Anyway, I think it's fair to do it a little bit, but let's not be like too mean.
Well, Pigeon will be mean, and he'll tell Percival he should probably be mean.
Okay.
You
fine.
could
the others
good
can
cop,
do whatever
bad
they
cop
like,
it,
yeah.
right?
Lemon's not really my problem, you know. I never really support joining the crew, so I'm the only one who's not fucking it by the sounds of it, you know. So I'm staying out of it.
Yeah, you're the odd man out.
Yeah, true. But listen, I don't have to share. I thought there was another word in that sentence, but there's not.
Yeah, no, Pigeon is definitely the bad cop.
Yeah.
All right, I'll wait for Gary. Gary and his crew of children.
Gary and his crew. How childish are these people? They're not
No.
actually children,
No, I
right?
think they're like probably 17.
Yeah.
16,
Yeah,
17.
yeah, they're youths, as we might call
Youths. Yeah,
Hooligans.
hooligans. True, youths.
them. Ne'er-do-wells, the preferred nomenclature. All right. Gary himself, just himself, shows up at your house a couple hours later.
Finally, Gary, you're here. Come in, come in. You want something to drink?
I came as quickly as I could. What?
Appreciate that. Okay.
What's the job?
All right, listen. Sit down. Catch your breath. You run over here?
I did.
All right. Yeah, have something to drink. I pour him a drink.
He'll take the drink. Now,
There's
hold on. For context here, remind everyone who Gary is. What was the last job that you did with Gary?
We had him get ready to go and check out all of Steel Team 6 when they were in the stockades.
yeah, and we also wasn't he Calpurnia's maid son?
That was
Right.
Timmy.
That was Timmy. Okay,
It was
But
Timmy.
I think Timmy and Gary, you know, they're of the same ilk, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think they're associated with each other, but they're the
Oh,
same
okay.
sort of person.
Okay, so Gary's the one who looked into the stockades. Then he had a little
Yeah.
an operation going on with a few of his guys, and they were checking on them
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, Gary, there's some new guys in town. Group of 6, headed up by a knight, apparently. A Mystrian knight, calling himself Horner. And they group.
And Sticky Fingers.
Yeah, they're calling themselves the Sticky Fingers.
That's
Don't
a
need you to do
stupid
anything.
name.
It is a stupid name. I'm glad. Do you know what, Gary? Good point. That is a stupid name. Someone
Fucking
write that
dumb
down.
name.
That's a stupid name. Gary, we're going to be out of town for a couple of weeks, maybe a month. What I want you and your boys to do is, get your feet on the streets, put your ears to the doors, keep your eyes peeled, and find out what you can about this Horner fella and the Sticky Fingers. Ideally, I want to know, is he really a knight? Where are they staying? What are they up to? How dangerous are they? Who do they associate with? You can do that?
I want to write these questions down so I can answer them for you when you get back. It's how dangerous are they?
Yeah, how dangerous are they? Where do they live? Is he really a knight? Who do they associate with? And what are they doing? Or what are they up to?
How dangerous are they? Where do they live? Is he really a knight?
What are they up to? Who do
What are
they
they up
associate with?
Who do? Perfect.
I get up from my stool, and I go down around the other side of the bar, and I reach down and pull out 2 bags of silver coins, so 100 silver,
Mm-hmm.
and then give it to him. And I say, this is, for now, you guys do a good job, we can talk a bonus.
All right, this is 100 silver you're giving them.
Yeah. Is that not reasonable? I feel like
I'm
that's
just doing a quick calculation. 100 silver for 30 days of work is 3 silver a day. So that, for record, just a piece of shit laborer gets about 1 silver a day. So this is 3 times the manual laborer who you pick up in the streets.
But I'm expecting him to not just be on his own.
Right. I was going to say that, in crime, people are trying to make a little bit more money than that. So if he's not alone, if there's 3 of them, then they're making the worst wages possible and they're going to want more. If it's just him,
fine.
this is probably fair.
I'll double it and give him 200 silver.
Done.
Well, this isn't the whole thing, We'll give him some more.
Yeah.
Successful completion.
Perfect. 200 silver. He'll take the money. You taking off the sheet?
Yep.
Perfect. Gary says he'll round up my associates. And we'll come back with good news for you.
Good. All right. Like I said, we're going to be gone out of town. So just, check in here every week or something.
All right. If we don't see you here, we'll see you at the Hook.
Rusty's. Yeah, the Hook. We'll see you there.
All right. I'm off then,
All right.
he says, and he hurries out as dramatically as he can. Which, to be fair,
I give him the same treatment that I gave to Joe, which is pull him in and slap his face a little bit and physically impose myself on him as he leaves. Good.
Okay.
All right. I sit back down and I say, all right, Gary's on the case. He said he's gonna look into it while we're gone.
Percival goes, finally. Now, does that mean we can get the hell out of here? We got a young nobleman to kidnap. We got a lovely woman over here who's about to punch above her weight and bring in the bacon for us. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Are you gonna do that for us, Lemon?
Lemon looks at you guys and she's like, well, if I can bait Sierra, I can bait this Prince whatever his face is.
I mean, for a few nights, yeah. Would never work long term.
She looks at you and goes, well, I know you don't know anything about long term, but some of us do.
Fucking roasted.
I stay silent. Yeah.
Yeah, she got you.
She got me. She got me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Lemon will head upstairs and go into her closet of fancy clothings and that you've paid so much money for, and pick out a couple of choice pieces and come back downstairs and be like, okay, so here's the plan. And she pulls out some clothes that match, but actually are not the nicest things she owns. These are maybe some early things that she got that are, I don't know, a year out of fashion, maybe a little less than a year out of fashion. And they have the vibe of like, these are the nicest clothes I own, but like that means
not nicest clothes she owns.
Yeah, they're definitely not, but they have that vibe of like, I'm putting on my Sunday best, and like this is me trying really hard, and she'll affect sort of like a starry-eyed affect across her face, and like kind of look around the room like, oh my, it's so wonderful in here. Wow, what a just sort of a
nice,
and then kind of level at you and like, I think for the job that we're talking about, we're looking at a man who wants to show off, who wants to flex his power, and will need the appropriate bait of someone who just doesn't know how anything in this world works. Someone innocent and doe-eyed.
Yeah,
Like
see,
me.
that's smart because he's a kid, right? And he's now been thrust into this new opportunity, and he's probably looking to get some control, you know? He's spent his whole life being told what to do, and now he needs to assert his authority and, take someone under his wing, show someone else what to do. I think that's smart.
That's such a big sword you have there, Luther.
Thank you. I hear that a lot.
Not as big as mine.
She leans back, dropping all of her demure nature into her normal, just sort of trashy self that she relishes. Great.
I'm wondering if we need to... Is Lemon a level 1 thief? Does she have act? Because I feel that was quite an intelligent insight that she's given there. Might be someone who has an acting proficiency.
I think after this heist, if Lemon survives, we might put her as a level 1 thief with acting.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
If Lemon survives.
Surely she'll survive.
Surely she
Possibly
should.
go wrong.
Hey, if she doesn't, we just made 100 gold a month. Huge.
Hardly
so-
heroes.
We go back to our horse guy
Oh yeah,
and
horse
rent
dealer.
our horses back.
Yeah. We should buy
Same.
horses at some. But yeah,
No, you
Same
don't want to
horses.
buy them.
300
No.
gold.
You're taking 7 horses
Lemon can ride with Sierra. I
Yeah.
think.
Or Percival.
or goat.
yeah.
Well,
yeah,
or
or
goat,
fucking
yeah.
goat.
Goat can ride with Lemon then, I guess.
Yeah.
She's probably the one driving the horse and he's just...
Well, that'll be 450 gold, and you will get back 75% of it on the flip side if you return the horses.
All
Did
right.
we get paid back for our horses last
did.
time?
You
We
did.
Did we? Okay.
All right. I'm taking it off.
Okay.
s-
I'm,
Can we pay
at some point,
Let's pay an
how
iron,
many
maybe?
how many times are we going to bring these horses back? At some point, we need a better deal.
Yeah, but we have to
Fine,
pay for like
fine.
stables and food.
Whatever.
Somebody will try and rob him. I mean, we don't
Yeah,
got that much.
I paid the gold off. 450 gold's been taken off.
I've made notes about how much you will return for them. They're on the calendar. Perfect.
I'm wondering if we can get some sort of a in the future. Maybe this is my fucking 2020s brain, but can we get like a horse subscription where we can just like pay like 20 gold a month and then we can always get a horse when we want one, or something like that.
Genius.
We should start doing that. We'd make a fortune.
Still like a rent a horse. Yeah.
Yeah, and like every other month, this month we've got a Cuban horse.
I mean, we've been this guy's greatest customers. We bring his horsebacks. We give him free money. Like he's
Yeah.
chilling.
He is chilling.
Yeah. Of course they won't do that because they need some sort of insurance policy. Maybe if you gave them a down payment once upon a time of 75 gold, then you could rent the horses, but
75 gold up front and then 10 gold a month. No, it's a ripoff.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. We get our horses. I get the same horse, Neil.
Yeah, we all
I
get our same
I get out to the
horses.
place. I get the same one. Yeah.
I need
If he's
you to roll better than a 13 on a d20 to get your same horse.
No problem.
I'm so
Can
sorry.
I get my same horse?
Same roll.
That's all right. I actually got a better horse.
Yeah, my horse.
We got better horses.
better horses. Yeah.
Better horses. Yeah.
Can I roll for my horse HP then, since it's a different horse?
Yeah. But
D8?
don't roll for it until we're in combat because I don't want you to know how hardy your
How good it
horse
is,
is.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Because you're
That's
not
fine.
horse lords. You don't know shit. They just get you from point A to point B.
We get
No, I just-
Bootsy and we get the fuck out of here. He's got his
What-
tools that he bought.
What was your old horse called, mate?
Schnickel Fritz.
Fritz.
Mine was called Lucas. Rip to Lucas. He's probably
Mine's
dead
called
now.
Fran. They're probably gone.
Yeah. Okay.
All
I'm
right.
gonna call this one Jamie. All right.
All right, this one will be Yan.
God.
Down.
I'm riding that one.
A German horse.
Oh yeah, very
Nice.
good.
Yeah, they make the best horses over there in Germany.
We need Bootsy to come along. He's got his gear. We're
Yeah.
just gonna cut down the trees there.
Yeah.
Wait, Bootsy
So
needs a
let's-
horse.
Bootsy has to haul a bunch of supplies down there, so he's got a wagon that he's pulling
Oh.
stuff in.
He's gonna need a horse for his wagon.
I'm
can
sure he
sit
figured
in-
it all out.
He can sit in the wagon, and we can attach the wagon to one of
Yeah,
the horses.
exactly.
Okay. Perfect.
Not my
Then-
horse, obviously,
Percival's horse specifically because he's got the horseback riding proficiency.
and because he's a little bitch.
Yeah, and then yeah, it's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So, the plan, everybody, the plan. Let's just review the plan so we all know we're on the same page. Lucas, would you like to tell everyone the plan?
The plan: get down there, build the raft, get Lemon to seduce this guy, take this guy plus his spell book, auction him off to his family, who are all actually in Stromheim. We have someone with a note all ready to go,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna pass that over. I don't know, in a week or two, whatever date we think we in character think is the best when we'll have him by.
Wait. We need to be more specific than that.
I think Neil's gonna know the specificity due to the fact of I don't know how long it's gonna take us to get there. I don't know how long it's gonna take us to do the raft. So
No, but here's what I'm thinking, because otherwise we're leaving up to chance as to when we kidnap him, which we don't know when that's going to be. We have a guy in Stromheim at a designated point who has our letters to send to their family.
yeah,
When we're in Cauldron and it goes off, we'll send a message from Cauldron to Stromheim to that guy to say, now deliver the note.
sure, that's fair. Yeah,
Yeah, and I think also we should drop Lemon off at Cauldron. Let her start laying the groundwork whilst we go to the river, find the spot, make the camp.
I agree.
Then we come back, and then we get
What
her
if she
to
goes too
execute.
quickly? Says
No,
Eraser.
she needs to play hard to get until we get back.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, this kid, right? Is a horny teenager. What
not-
if the
she needs to play
opportunity
hard to
presents
get.
itself immediately? Like,
Well,
why
it's
wouldn't?
pointless if we're not there. It's pointless if we're not there.
That's what
Listen,
I'm
if it-
saying.
if it-
Let's build the
Well,
camp
listen, you damn
first,
it.
and then send Lemon in, and
No,
that way
'cause
we're
if it-
ready.
If it presents itself, then it's gonna present itself again. He's a horny kid. He's not gonna say no when she is interested.
I'm just saying, why would we ever put ourselves in a position like we should just do everything in the proper order, set up the camp, and then get the kid?
Okay, well,
what's
let's
the
ask
benefit?
Lemon. Let's ask Lemon. Do you think this is the kind of thing that you'd pull off in one night? Or is it more of a long-term kind of situation, do you think?
Baby, I pull it all off on the first night.
All right, fine. We'll set up the
Okay.
thing. Then we'll go to Cauldron. We'll drop you off. You'll handle
All right.
the kid. We'll send a messenger from Cauldron to get the kid or to get the guy to hand over the letter.
Yeah.
We're gonna be auctioning him off for
It was 500,000
Wait,
silver.
we're not auctioning him. We're
That's what I
ransoming
meant. Yeah,
him.
ransoming him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were gonna
How much-
send. Eraser says we were gonna send Luther disguised as a random person to deliver the note, so that way it would
Yes.
be done right
That's true.
to the rest
Well
of the
remembered.
family in Cauldron, right?
The family's in Stromheim. We were gonna send Luther to deliver a note to a messenger to then go deliver that note to someone else, right? Or do we want Luther to be acting proficiency to give the delivery to his family in Stromheim, in Cauldron, who will then message all of the money in Stromheim?
Yeah,
that works,
we get Luther to talk to the rest of the people in Cauldron. They'll panic if they get the rest of the family in Stromheim involved. That's great. But we need reliable people in reliable positions. No random fucking note givers.
Agreed.
Okay, so they've got family in Cauldron as well.
Yeah, he's just the head of it in Cauldron, or their prized possession.
How much money did we want again?
And why am I disguised?
Because you're going to hand the note over to the family so that they don't know who you are.
Right.
Doesn't really matter.
We don't want them to think that it's that the ransomers are here with the note. Right. We want them to think that the ransomers have given a note to nobody, but that nobody's actually us. So that way you can collect in like intelligence that they might,
And we're all going to be masked up because we don't want them to know it was Steel Team 6. Because they live in Stromheim and we don't want them coming for us.
Yeah.
Like the kid said.
I'm wondering if I know we did talk about this last time. Does the risks outweigh the benefits of me giving the note?
I think the benefits are so much. It's just handing over a note.
What's the benefit of not just getting a random to do it?
That we know that it was delivered.
And
if we get
the
a random
rand,
to do it, we have no idea.
They paid the random a bunch of money. The random then says, "Oh yeah, well this is the guy who gave it to me, and he was in this place, and this is what he looked like." A random person could turn on us, or might ask for money, or might ask questions.
Yeah. Okay.
The loose end.
We meet on the Misty River.
Yeah.
And we want the spell book. So we'll impress upon Lemon, we want that if you can get it. If not, then it is what it fucking is.
Well, no, 'cause we're gonna jump the guy, aren't we?
We are, but
she's gonna take him somewhere, and then we're gonna.
What are the
roll
chances
up on
he's
him.
bringing his spell book with him? High, I would say.
Yeah.
If I'm playing a wizard, my spell book is always with me.
Yeah, but you're also an adventurer who's traveling. This guy's stationary in one town.
Do they need their spell book to cast the spell?
No, just to memorize them in the morning.
So
his spell book
is
is
the
gonna be at his
plan
house.
to get Lemon to bring him to a motel, for lack of a better word, and get him there, or does Lemon want to go back to his house and maybe unlock a door? So that
It would be best if
Lemon
Lemon could get to his house and we could get into the house as well.
It's riskier though, right?
It is
The
riskier.
The rewards are bigger, but the risk is higher.
We have the other members of SEAL Team 6 to look out.
Yeah.
We get into the house and we find that spell book because it's like a double heist then. Getting the spell book gets us an extra 5,000 gold, which
absolutely.
is 6-ish months of expenses. Plus this other 6 months. We'd be good for a year.
Yeah. The ransom's
Yeah.
5,000, yeah.
On the other hand, says Eraser, on the other hand, that means going into a keep. And maybe she leaves the door unlocked, but it's a keep.
It's Cauldron. That's not a keep.
Well, they got a keep that they're building in there. There'll be guards. There'll still be guards. That's not how you gonna smuggle a body out of a keep that's under watch, even if the front door is unlocked. I'm not saying it's impossible.
Yeah.
I'm saying there's guaranteed money one way, and we risk our lives for double.
So what do we know about when does a wizard need a spellbook?
Sierra looks at Percival. Eraser looks at Percival. Goat looks at Luther. Lemon looks at Pigeon.
I'm looking at the ground.
Because maybe Lemon, he's a wizard, right? He's a famous guy. Maybe you could get him to cast some spells for you. Maybe he'll bring his spellbook with him.
Hear me out, Luther. Now, we could be overcooking this. Lemon takes him somewhere else. 4 of Steel Team 6 go and rob him. You and I can easily assault this keep. We get in there. We know where his room is. We could even do this after we rob the guy, because he's not going to be back at the keep. He tells us where his room is and where his spellbook is. You and me can sneak in there, no problemo. We get the spellbook, then we do the thing.
If somebody's just kidnapped the Lord, though.
But they're not going to know because he's going to be out there, quote unquote, banging lemon
Oh, you mean like that night?
that night.
Okay, we're gonna have to be in the town anyway. Let's say we want to do that, but let's check out
see
the
where
situation.
we get.
Yeah.
Let's get the kid first out of the keep. Let's talk to him and see what it's like. See where the spellbook is, learn how many guards there are from him, and then we can make the decision at that point if we want to risk it for the biscuit or if we want to just call it there. He might even have the spellbook on him, so let's not overplan.
Yeah. All right, let's get out on the road.
All
Come on,
right.
Bootsy, you bastard.
I write our ransom note on the road.
Perfect.
For like, you know, when we're camping and stuff like that.
Perfect. Yeah.
We passed the correct note, though, to the guy in Stromheim.
There's no guy in
There's no need to the
Stromheim.
guy in Stromheim.
Oh, never mind. We're not going. Yeah, you're right. Sorry,
Yeah.
I forgot that we weren't delivering in Stromheim. They're going to figure
Excellent.
that out.
All right.
I
Our
write the
party
note, yeah.
heads on over to the woods just outside of Misty Rapids, just on the other side of the Misty River, where Percival has scouted a nice spot where there's no like easy way to cross, but the water is smooth enough that like you could move a raft back and forth across. You've given Bootsy a bunch of money already, previously paid, for him to buy supplies, get a wagon, get all the tools that he's going to need, and then he's going to come down here. It's going to take a little while, a couple
And he
days.
gets to keep them.
He gets to keep them, right?
Oh, one other thing that we got to do that I just remembered.
Yeah.
We have to dig a hole, and then we're depositing our chest full of gold or silver into that hole, covering it up, and then we're leaving, and we'll come back for it.
Right.
Yes.
So we're gonna dig that hole.
Yeah. Like we'll make the camp and then, we'll walk so many steps in a direction and mark a tree or something and then bury it under that tree.
Yeah.
And
Like pirates.
Eraser says, and we're going to make sure to write down those directions.
Yes.
Right? Because all it takes is one heavy night of drinking, and you don't remember if you took 10 steps or you took 12 steps. And did you turn left or did you turn right? And all of a sudden, it's gone for all time.
Yep.
We'll do it together. We'll all do it together. That way there's 6 of us. Someone's
We'll
got to
all
remember.
write down
And
how
I'll
many
write
steps
down.
it took us.
Nice.
So each person might have a bit of a different write down of 15 steps north and then 23 steps to the right. But Eraser, he might walk bigger, blah, blah, blah. So we'll all have an account.
We'll mark the tree anyway.
Kinda, yeah. It's got to be a hidden mark, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Rolling our die here.
I'll put like a copper piece inside like the hole of the tree, where like a owl would live. That could be like one of the markings.
If there's like a hollow, you add a copper into it. Nice. Okay. Just going to roll some random encounter checks because we are going down the road.
Good. I got Bloodlust. I'm ready.
Easy day on the road. No problems. As we cross through the Wispwood along the Misty River.
I would have told Patricia that we're leaving for a few weeks and, I really enjoyed our date.
Do we go into Cauldron and then follow along the river?
What's the face for?
No, you skip Cauldron. You don't go through it. The face is because I think my encounter table's broken.
Ooh.
It might not be broken.
Saved.
Uh-oh. No, Nick. That's not good for us. He
Anyone
just
feel
rolled
like-
something insane, and he's like, no, there's no way.
Oh, right, yeah, maybe.
Oh, that's not good.
So, we're walking here along the river. A nice wooded area. It's rough going for the wagon full of tools and supplies that you're bringing. It's slow going. You've been on the road for 2 days, essentially. Like this is your second day on the road.
Okay, so we are down the Misty River, now within the Wispwood.
Yeah.
So, like, drawing on the map, like, somewhere on that line.
Yeah. Somewhere on that line. Let me get some nice, gentle, foresty music going on here.
Now, I'm old enough to remember Georg being on this side of this river, and I think the things he fought were goblins, eticaps, and even a displacer beast at one point.
Ooh.
This area sucks balls then.
Yeah, this is not a safe place.
Now, you city boys haven't spent a lot of time in nature. Your big nature foray was north of here into the Golden Sea, where there's like big grasslands everywhere, you know, as far as rolling hills, gentle things. This is a very different biome. This is like canopy cover, trees, ferns, little plants, weird mushrooms that you've never seen before. Like, you've never been in this dense of a forest in your life. It's a whole different place. And I'm thinking a lot of you are probably looking around in some level of wonder, or at least some level of like, wow, this is I've never been here before.
Yeah.
It's it's an unusual place.
How far are we from the spot?
Pretty far.
Back to Percival.
Yeah.
Okay, like
you've just
at least a day out.
Probably. It's hard to know how far you're gonna be able to travel, because every now and then you've got to stop the wagon to like help lift a wheel up over something, because it's a bitch to go off road with the wagon. It's a slow process. And you've only been in the woods for a little while. And can I get a D? Well, no.
Perception?
I was gonna say, yeah, Pigeon's perception's just so high. It's gonna have everyone in the party roll a perception check, but I think Pigeon's just gonna knock it out of the park. Maybe not.
Right,
Let's go.
It's not bad.
24.
It's not lemon. It's probably goat.
Goat. Let's go.
Yeah,
Sometimes
it's definitely
you need the
goat.
smallest person to see the biggest shit.
Very profound, mate.
Well, Goat's hanging out in the back of the wagon that's hauling all the supplies. He's just, plopped down there, kicking his legs over the back of it, looking out. And Goat will give a shout out of like a, what? Everybody, what's that? I don't know if that's his voice, but it is now.
It is now.
And Bootsy.
Wait, I just want to
wagon.
clarify. So Goat sounds like a kind of Texas wife.
Is that what you heard?
No,
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
everybody.
no, I was going to talk like this.
That's
Oh,
good,
okay.
yeah. That I like
That's-
that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little more Mickey Mouse, but not quite.
He sounds
no,
like
go
Mickey
ahead.
Mouse. Yeah. Okay.
So we stop the wagons and look around.
Yeah, and I forgot a very important question. I think I already know the answer to, but it's important to clarify up ahead. Your dwarven bodyguards are not
here.
involved in this because they're
No.
loud and clunky, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So Bootsy stops the wagon. Everyone takes a look around where Goat is, and he points behind you, the way that you've come, and standing along the trail that you've made. Trampled ferns, kicked over mushrooms, torn up ground by the river's edge from all the horse hooves, is a white-furred, blue-eyed, 3-foot horned unicorn
Holy shit.
standing in the trail, looking. Well, I guess its head is partly to the side because the unicorns are like horses. They're herd animals. They don't have forward-facing eyes. They got side-facing eyes. So its head is turned part way, so one eye is looking right at you guys.
What the fuck is that?
Oh my god! Look at that! It's a unicorn.
It stomps its foot.
Does it look aggressive?
What does an aggressive unicorn look like?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, should we leave? Should we get out of here?
I think we
Stomping
should-
at us.
I think we should keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not evil enough to go and fucking kill a unicorn.
Mate, you're not tough enough to kill a unicorn. It'd fuck us up. I'm almost certain it would fuck us up.
I think we try to keep on
I'm worried
pushing.
I'm worried that the unicorn knows that you're a fucking psycho and you're about to
It
get us
probably
all
does,
killed.
yeah.
I'm gonna need to
I mean, we keep moving, Neil. Like, it looks like it's
Yeah.
guarding its territory, so I think we just keep moving away from it.
Sierra dismounts
Oh my god.
and starts walking towards the unicorn, very tenderly holding out a hand. Here, horsey, 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 horsey.
All right. I mean, we let Sierra do it.
I don't get near that thing. I don't like horses.
He says, riding a horse.
Yeah. No, I like horses actually. Pigeon
like
would
those
dismount if
horses.
he's getting off now. Yeah, but I'm not gonna approach yet.
So Pigeon
Sierra, come
gets off.
on.
I
Yeah,
stay
I'll
on
get
my
off the horse. Yeah.
I turn my horse around, but I stay on my horse.
Yeah. Bootsy stays on the wagon. Goat stays on the wagon. Lemon stays on her horse. Eraser and Percival stay on their horses. And Sierra kind of goes up to the creature, clucking, "Come here, horsey, 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 horsey. Come
Shouldn't
here."
they wait? Sierra doesn't have animal handling. Shouldn't this be Percival?
Sierra does not have
Sierra's
animal
the one doing
handling.
it,
That
yeah.
is correct.
Oh no.
And he is going to make, his very best, friendliest, I just want to say hello to you charisma check to try and go up and, pet the horse. Because Sierra loves to tell stories. He
That's
loves
fair.
to be the talk of the town. He wants to come back and tell everyone that he touched a unicorn. That 4 modified 18 is Sierra's charisma check.
I sealed his fate.
He gets a little bit closer, and the unicorn stomps its foot, and thrusts its head in the air. He goes,
Sierra, get back here.
I go back to climb on my horse.
give him a wisdom willpower check. But Sierra's wisdom and willpower, just like his intelligence, is only 6.
It's fine.
And he rolls a 2.
Yeah.
He shouts back to you, "It'll be fine. It's just, look, it's so beautiful. Come on, don't you want to say that you've done something with your life?"
I'm on my horse at this point.
The
Hey, it's a good way to go.
True.
One to a mimic, one to a unicorn. That's not
I mean,
bad.
yeah. It's pretty impressive for a group
We're
of
a good group, yeah.
kids from Stromheim, yeah.
Sierra's the next one. He's the next one on the chopping list too. So, ooh.
Eraser
No.
makes a great
Vessel.
willpower check and calls out to Sierra, buddy, hey, this is exactly how Helmet died, okay? It's exactly how Helmet died. You gotta not do that, dude.
It's in order. Get back here.
Unicorn.
Damn, that's so sick that there's a unicorn here.
If
Will
only
take
we
a
could kill
couple
him,
of
huh?
steps towards Sierra as he's going,
7?
and kind of lower its horn and kind of swipe it forward into the side, slashing open Sierra for 5 points of damage.
D12?
Oh no.
This thing would obliterate our party.
Mate, if it charges it, it'd be like a lance, I reckon.
Yeah, 2d12.
Triple down. No, I 3.
Oh, it's 3. 3d12. Wow. Yeah.
3 to 36 damage on a charge with the horn.
Yeah.
Sierra is dropped down to less than half hit points remaining. Hits the ground as the horn rips him underneath his left breast, and then begins to scramble back towards the party. The unicorn stomps once, twice more.
Doesn't take an opportunity attack?
Nope.
Stupid.
It lets Sierra retreat. He gets back to his horse as fast as he can. Eraser and Lemon start moving. Percival hops on afterwards.
I turn my
get
horse
the
around
fuck
as soon as
outta
he's
here.
leaving. Yeah.
This is interesting information that we could sell to Barbara Ann, though.
So there's a unicorn in the Wispwood. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's got probably a new scar to prove it.
As you proceed down the river, still having to stop from time to time to help the wagon get over ruts and over holes, the unicorn plods behind you a good 100 yards or so.
It knows I'm
dude.
evil as fuck, man.
It knows what we did in fucking the other show.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah. Does anyone... How long do you let the unicorn follow you before you do something about it?
There's nothing we can do.
What is
we
there
just
to
keep
do?
going. Yeah.
Yeah.
This unicorn, he's just following. He's not hurting us or anything. We just keep going.
Maybe if we get attacked, he'll help us.
Yeah.
There you go. Look on the bright side.
All right.
Yeah, we ignore the unicorn. I mean, we keep going. We've got a whole day's worth of travel.
I don't know
ahead
if
of
the
us.
unicorn can read my mind, but he definitely can. If he can, then Pigeon's thinking about how he's going to sell this information to Barbara Ann, and they'll one day have some unicorn on a fucking platter.
Don't say that. What are you doing?
That's what he's thinking, man.
Oh, we're gonna sell this baby. What is gonna make us a few hundred gold?
I bet the horn's worth more than that.
Probably thousands of gold.
Isn't it like a potion of like immune? It's like it makes you
Immune to poison, man. I
yeah,
think.
immune to poison and disease.
We had it
I think.
in Toss.
Oh, we gave it to the queen, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, did we take that off Georg?
I think so.
I think
yeah.
we did. That's the same unicorn, huh? Small world.
Okay. The unicorn follows you for hours until the sun begins to set and you have to make a camp. And then you start losing it as the long shadows, the creepingly long shadows make it hard to see. But it'll appear again and then it'll seemingly disappear again. The party has to make camp along this river somewhere. And in the darkness, you lose the creature. But it's probably out there somewhere.
If there's like we'll try and pick somewhere where maybe there's a hole in the canopy and we can get a bit of moonlight in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll find a reasonable spot.
Yeah.
Make your camp. It's the 13th of March, so we're only 2 days away from the full moon.
That thing fucked you up, Sierra?
But I touched it.
Did he?
Did you see?
I guess.
It touched me. I touched it.
Yeah, you did. You're gonna have a scar.
I'm going to have a scar, a beautiful scar, and a beautiful story. Let me tell you, it was worth it. And also,
Yes.
I don't know if you could sense from that distance, but that creature was unlike any I've ever. There was an intelligent, and look at these dumb beasts next to us. These things are fucking stupid. That thing, there was brightness in its eyes, brilliance, and its fur, perfect. I think I could compose a little story about this creature.
Well,
And
don't get too excited. We're not out of the woods yet, so to speak.
He will nat 20 his singing check to improvise a song about the unicorn.
I hope he remembers that song because that is insane. He moves Pigeon to tears.
Rolls an 8 on his remembrance. He'll forget it by sunup.
Well, he did a perfect performance tonight.
A bang-up job. No. When morning comes, there is no sight of the creature. At least not at first. Maybe you'll see it later in this day. But for now, it's fine.
Keep it pushing.
You will make it to the far side of the ruins of Misty Rapids that day. You came down to about here, and then the next day you came out to about here. And then today, I think it'll be in the evening of this next day, the evening of the 14th, you make it to camp. And now it's just a matter of setting up your camp, which is mostly you guys hanging out while Bootsy does some work. Percival and Luther and Pigeon can all
We go dig
in.
the hole.
Yeah. Also, what's the plan when we leave the camp to go back to Cauldron? Because I think we were originally going to leave Bootsy behind to mind the camp, but I don't know about that.
No.
We just leave it and hope it doesn't get ransacked.
I think so.
Yeah,
Just,
we're in the middle of nowhere.
All right. Yeah.
I mean,
Goblins though.
sure, but we'll have a little raft. Bury the raft under some roughage.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's go and find a hole.
You guys can. Who wants to be in charge of finding a good hole?
Me, I mean, I think
Pigeon.
the perception would be important.
Give me an
for that.
intelligence check, Pigeon.
What
Fucking
about-
killer.
He's nailed
Yeah,
it.
it's a good
Great hole.
spot. It's up above the water table, so you'll be fine from that. If in case there's some rains or whatever and it floods a little bit, you'll be fine. It's got a nice straight walk away from an obvious spot. There's a nearby tree whose roots are going awkwardly around this rock, and so you just dig a hole on the other side of the rock. And how deep do you dig it?
I don't know. What does Eraser think is the best for the hole?
I think we
Probably a
dig
few
s-
feet, right?
I think we dig 6 feet.
6
yeah.
feet deep.
If it's deep enough for a
6
body, it's
feet?
deep enough for our treasure.
Well, he's going to be here for days setting up. We might as well dig.
Yeah. We can dig a 6-foot hole for a chest. It's not
You
that much.
absolutely can dig a 6-foot hole. Eraser was going to say that you only need to cover the surface of the...
That's stupid.
All right. You guys dig a 6-foot hole. Because you're here for days. You've got tons of time.
Yeah.
Excellent. During this time,
I hope
Random
God can
encounter
see us digging the
1.
hole.
random encounter 2.
Wishing I didn't just say that.
God, one day we're going to be like 3 or 4 levels from now. Someone's going to get sick with a fucking disease, and we're going to be like,
The unicorn. We can go
Yeah.
and kill it and get its fucking horn, man.
Yeah. I think they're like 7 or 8 hit die, 20 AC, and have some magic.
I
as
remember
well.
it was
I think
it was insanely
incredible.
hard to catch / kill in the other campaign.
and that was in 5th edition. You
Yeah,
bet
and they
your
can
ass
like
that it's
teleport
harder.
around, right?
I think they've got
They're
other
crazy.
types of magic as well. Maybe
I don't remember their other magic, but yeah.
I wouldn't fuck with them though, for sure.
No.
Uh,
36 damage is
Yeah.
insane.
And
Could
it's
kill
a
Anton
charge.
almost.
I mean, imagine it if it crits.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh.
You're like dead to fucking rights at that point.
Yeah, it's over. It gets
60
tears
12. Yeah. Let me just see. what I
60
can roll.
12 is a
60
lot.
12. Yep, that killed.
And-
you. Oh,
Lutheran
that's
one
actually a
hit.
pretty shit roll.
That's not a good roll. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty bad as well, yeah.
You want to see a real 60-12?
I do.
Oh!
Huge roll.
That is a...
Holy.
If you take 50 damage, you need to make a system shock or die on the spot.
Ooh, wow.
I was
So
just
that's
about to
also
say,
like a maybe kill a fucking anybody.
could
Yeah.
kill like Imric.
Yeah.
could kill Imric instantly. Kill Marshall.
Yeah.
Don't fuck
That's
with the
crazy.
unicorn, man.
Percival, on your 3rd day of setting up the camp, of chopping logs and getting all this stuff ready. It's the 16th of March, day after the full moon. It's a Tuesday. Percival comes back to the camp from, dropping the kids off at the pool, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes back and he says, I don't think we're entirely alone out here.
What do you mean?
Well,
The unicorn's not back, is it?
no. Thank the gods. I saw some tracks nearby. They might just be animal tracks. They look like animal tracks. But they were near, we dug a latrine out there. Nice little spot, downwind. These tracks came up, circled all around the latrine, moved on off. They don't look like human footprints. They don't look like shod boots or horses or goats or anything like that. So maybe it is just a pack of animals who are coming and sniffing the poo. But I don't know. Something. I was out there earlier. This river water's pretty bad. I've been having to take a shit every couple hours. These are new tracks.
Jesus.
Well, maybe stop going out there, you fucking moron.
All right. Well, point me to your bed and I'll take a shit there.
You take a shit in my bed, I'll be throwing my hand up your ass.
Is that an
right.
offer or a threat?
Settle down, lads. Okay, well, that's worrying. I
Maybe
guess
we move the camp.
These woods are going to be full of things. It could be anything. We can't go moving the camp every time we see a few footprints, can we?
Well, let's give it another day or two and stop going to that area and let's see if they clear out.
Yeah. Let's, if you need to take a shit in a bucket and throw it in the river.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right.
We're camping on the bottom side, right?
No.
You're on the north side of the river.
Is there a reason that we don't camp on the bottom side?
Yeah,
because that's by the road.
The whole point is that they're gonna put the money on the raft that you float across the river and pull it back.
In my mind, they were coming from Stromheim, but yeah, no, that makes even more sense that they're going to be on the road coming over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because you're gonna tell them to meet you in Cauldron, in the ruins of Misty Rapids.
There's no reason. We could just camp on the better side for now, and then when the plan is going to go, we could just swap to the other side. That seems a lot safer, right?
In theory, but
well,
we're going to be waiting.
Traveled, and there's going to be people going back and forth.
Right,
we're going to be waiting a long time with the hostage, aren't we? It's not going to be a matter of days. It could be weeks.
Well, we'll just figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Keep going.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's fine. And the raft and everything, all the plans are done by the next day, by the 17th, by the middle of the day. So you guys can decide if you want to leave camp on the 17th, wait until the 18th and head out. It should only take you, a day to get to Cauldron.
No, let's go first thing in the morning because we're not gonna be taking our cart either, so we're gonna be quicker.
Yeah,
got it.
First thing
On the way
morning.
out, so we can get out on a day. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you'll need to help Bootsy with the cart to get out, so it'll take a day.
Oh, is he leaving?
Oh yeah.
Well, he's not going to stick around. Did you want Bootsy to stick around?
Well, is he going to be safe to get back to Stromheim on his own?
Once he gets to the road, the road is.
Well, then we'll just fuck the raft or fuck the cart. Who gives a shit?
Well, all the tools you all promised me are in the cart.
No, he needs to let him keep the tools.
He needs. Yeah, all right. Yeah, you're right. We'll walk him back. I think that's fine.
Okay, cool. All right, so
we'll try
on the
and walk
19th
into the night to get at least get out of the forest.
Yeah.
The next day.
All right. So the 19th of March, a Friday, 4 days after the full moon, is when our party will be entering Cauldron to make this happen.
Nice.
Now, players, is this something that we want to do today in this session, or is this something that we want to wait until the next session for? I have no idea what time it is.
How far we go. Like an hour at least.
Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer not to do loads more. I think if we can stop now, it's a good stopping point. But if we feel like we need to go a bit further, we can. Go a little bit further.
Either I think we attempt to do the Cauldron thing now, or it should all be done in one fell swoop. Stopping in the middle could be a little awkward.
How long do you think it'll take?
It's gonna take it.
Unknown.
It could take 20 minutes if you roll well, or it could take 3 hours if someone rolls badly.
Well, they can't do 3 hours, so we can. Yeah.
I think there's a full session in this for sure.
Okay.
I think
so.
We call that a full session. Yeah. I mean, we did a lot today.
Yeah.
We got some stuff done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good. You went on a date with Patricia. You got your weapons. Your neighbor. What'd you call him? I forgot his name.
Joe McGinnis.
The McGinnis. Yeah.
Joe McGinnis.
My granddad's name was Joe, and he was Irish, and this guy's clearly Irish if he's called McGinnis.
I didn't mean that to be Irish, but the moment I said it, I'm like, that sounds like the most racist Irish name you could come up with.
It really does, yeah. I should have called him Paddy McGinnis, actually. That would have been better.
All right.
That's going to be it for Hardly Heroes today. When we come back next week, Lemon's going to get all the credit and get all the experience. And
Lemon's going to do all the work, yeah.
Yeah, but before we go, we should hand out some experience points.
Ooh. Oh, can we level Moot up here? He doesn't need much.
No.
No, probably not.
Scared off a unicorn?
So, you were defeated by the unicorn.
Very true.
We were defeated by the unicorn, that's fair.
Let's see. We rested. There was some nice role playing with Patricia. So Lucas, I'm just going to give numbers and you can add them up. Why don't you take 150 for your Patricia date stuff?
All right.
Something that happened the very next day that Luther did.
Talking to Joe, talking to Gary.
I thought there was something before Gary showed up, but I might be mistaken. Okay.
We got our weapons finally.
Yeah. No experience for the weapons. With Mr. McGinnis, Joe, I think the party as a whole has gathered like, that's the first step on the road to real territory and real ownership. So we're going to split 500 XP between the party. So that's a sad 83 per person.
Mm-hmm.
It's only the first step here. We had some inter-party drama about what direction the party should go in. Are we landlords? Do we have responsibilities to people? Are we just here to steal things? There was some nice inter-party drama, so I'm going to give 100 to each person for the inter-party drama. There was the hiring of the dwarves and the conversation about getting more dwarves involved and finding a nice trainer for them. So I think that's
dwarf.
Yeah, that's probably like
I would like that to be the standard nomenclature going forward. Fighting
dwarf.
As opposed to a building dwarf or a digging dwarf.
I understand. Yeah. That'll be a 32 experience per person.
Okay.
These are kind of nickels and dimes. There wasn't a huge battle anywhere. God, where did the time go? I guess it was just really good role playing today.
Maybe we need to go back to that classic 200 XP for role playing.
Well, it came out to 215, so there we go.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Lucas got a little bit more. I thought there was something. Right, I thought there was something that was Luther centric that we did.
Well, I was the one talking to Joe and got Gary, sent the kids off. But I think that's
but that was
the talking I did.
Yeah. Oh, you got clothing. That's what it was. We were talking about your clothing and your disguise kit. Okay, I don't think that's XP worthy, but you'll get experience when you use that later.
Yep.
Okay, so everyone will take 215. Pigeon takes a smidge more.
Yep, I'm at 47,601 experience.
Okay. Goat is at 1430. That means he is 70 experience away from leveling.
How much? 70.
70.
Oh, come on. Can we not get Goat and some more XP?
He'll get some XP by the end of this. By the time you get back to Stromheim, he'll have enough. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Of course.
So he'll be level 2?
Yeah.
I'd just like to get into level 2 sooner rather than later, HP wise,
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it.